got my drumsticks out today. Woohoo! Good afternoon, everybody. It is Talk Radio 1210 WPHT, the afternoon show. It's Miss Robin, Tony Bruno, hanging out with you on a beautiful, what is it today, Wednesday? It is.
Last time I checked, it was
Yeah,
Wednesday.
I did the morning show with Kale and Company, so it's a What Up Wednesday, the big wing night at the Jug Handle Inn, one of our great sponsors over there in New Jersey. Everybody knows where it is. It's in the Jug Handle. As you go over the Tacony Palmyra Bridge, and you head south. You know where it is. Miss Robbins here. We got so much to talk about. Open phone lines, and yes, it is an honor, again, to work with probably one of the most legendary producers here at Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. There's a lot of great producers, but no one has garnered the loyalty, the hierarchy, the adulation that Matt DeSantis has accumulated in his reign here on the afternoon program.
He made it to the brand new opens that I made.
I know.
For us filling in.
He's
right
legendary.
now.
I'm honored to even be in his company. And of course, the great Justin Otero's with us this afternoon. We'll take your phone calls at 855-839-1210. We've got so much going on. And in addition to the ICE stuff and all the craziness going on in Minnesota and other states, we've got the situation in Iran. We've got Governor Josh Shapiro. The walls are closing in on him with some of the investigations going on. And of course, Josh Shapiro is running for re-election as the Pennsylvania governor, and that's fine. He can do that. But simultaneously, he's also running for president in 2028. And that's his prerogative. And you can vote for him if you want. I don't tell who you to vote for, what to think, who to think for. Think for yourself. That's what I do. And the whole situation with this ICE stuff is really it's sad because you have people taking sides on an issue where there should be no political side. ICE agents are legitimate members of law enforcement. They're not rogue cops. And all of these people who say that they're like Donald Trump's personal bodyguards. Have you seen what's going on in Iran? All you people who think that ICE agents are terrorists. And you listen to Ilhan Omar. She now wants ICE to be suspended. The Democrats are a little confused right now. And by the way, I despise Democrats, Republicans, and more importantly, the phony libertarians who don't know what they think until somebody tells them to and tells them what's wrong. That's what a libertarian is to me. They used to be respectable, but they never even get 5% of the vote. They just waste the ballot spot in most states, anywhere in this country. So the bottom line is this. Iran is executing citizens on their streets. This is not BS. This isn't propaganda. This is being broadcast. They are literally executing people on the streets, yet people in Minnesota who are out there interfering with ICE operations, who are picking up people, and you've seen the photographs of the people they're arresting. They're not arresting little kids. They're not breaking into schools. They know exactly where the bad hombres are. And I hate the term bad hombre. There's a guy with a Twitter account like that. He's pretty funny. Bad hombre.
Yes. I follow him too, I think.
Yeah, he's pretty good. And again, I follow a lot of people. It doesn't matter what your political bent is. But if you think that Donald Trump's ICE agents are similar to the Iranian dictators who are executing people in the streets as we speak, then you need to have your head examined or you need to move somewhere else because you're not an American. So we got all kinds of stuff. The Democrats are trying to figure out whether to support or oppose abolishing ICE. Did you see the different stuff? So you got Ilhan Omar, who basically should not even be allowed in this country, but she's been here, but she's out there talking with her super progressive caucus that they just don't want ICE here and they have to be abolished. Imagine a person who should be grateful on her knees, thankful that she's in this country instead of the place where she came from, which is corrupt and doesn't have anything to offer. Yet they live in a cold tundra, and I love Minnesota. Robin and I have been to Minnesota many times. Robin was there for the Super Bowl, and it's a beautiful state. It is cold as hell. And the interesting thing about Minnesota, living here in Florida, is you see all the Minnesota license plates down here right now, not because they hate Minnesota, but because they live in Minnesota when the weather's nice And then, like a lot of people do up north, even Canada, all the license plates are from all over the country because they come down here in the wintertime because the weather's nice.
Well,
Now,
you see a lot of Minnesotans, you see a lot of Minnesota landscapers that
yeah,
have both the Minnesota phone number and the Florida phone
correct.
number on the side of their
Because
van.
there's no grass to cut this time of the year. So they're smart. They got the snow plows up there, but the city of Minneapolis does a great job because when we were there, every night it would snow, right? And when you wake up in the morning, the roads were clear because they put this liquid salt substance
brine.
on. It's
They
brine.
brine
Yeah,
it.
they put the brine.
It works so much better than straight salt.
Right.
It's
Straight
easy-
salt messes
it's-
up your
yeah.
car, gets all the stuff all over it, right? The salt all
And
over
it's
it.
much easier to spread around because it's like one of those fertilizer trucks.
Exactly.
It just like sprays it out in a big
It's
old
like the
fan.
ice agents when they get that orange slushy and spray it in the faces of all these mutations up there in Minnesota who think somehow that stopping law enforcement makes them heroes.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And then you got people out there sharing personal information, the addresses of ICE agents, the address of the ICE agent Jonathan Ross, who, by the way, now there were reports from CBS News, by the way, not from me, not from, if CBS News is fake news to you, whatever you want to call them, they are now reporting that ICE agent, the one who shot the woman in the car after she was blocking the street and didn't listen, the one with the other woman who now we find out isn't really married to her.
Right.
They were together.
Well, to be fair, they're doing what we did for 17 years.
But they are not legally married.
Yeah,
Robin.
neither were
Yet
we.
The
until just
narrative
recently.
is, they were a couple, they were together. Meanwhile, nobody knows where the kids are. The woman I know she had toys in. Why would you do that? And again, I'm not going to I'm not going to get into this. Was she right or wrong? She unfortunately died. She would not have died if she had not gone out there with her friend,
right,
trying to keep ICE agents from going on the streets. And so that's the sad reality. Nobody's rooting for anyone's death. I don't celebrate the death of anyone.
Right. But what you were saying is that the DHS Assistant Secretary confirmed that the ICE agent who was
Jonathan Ross is
Jonathan
his name.
Ross, who was struck by Renee Good's vehicle, has now suffered internal bleeding to the torso. So he was in the hospital.
Yeah,
so
but here's the thing. So when that story comes out, guess who doesn't believe it?
Yeah.
The same people who don't believe that this woman and her friend who was videotaping it and stopping ICE agents from doing their jobs, they don't believe that the mayor of Minneapolis is still out there. But you see it, he's walking it back a little bit because he knows he needs, because Minnesota police officers, ICE officers, are resigning en masse. They don't want to have a part of this. So Minnesota now has, in Minneapolis especially, they have police officers who have resigned because they don't want to have to deal with this stuff every day.
Well,
they're being told not to arrest any of these creeps who are out there, obstructing justice.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about the obstruction of justice. When you block ICE agents or police officers from doing their job, you're a criminal. You're a flat-out criminal. And so if you want to support criminals, go right ahead. But the bottom line is this. The media is corrupt. We've known that. And it pains me more than anybody because I've been in the media business for over 50 years. So I know what journalism is, and I know what the people who have agendas on the right and the left. You can smoke them out, just like the Philadelphia sheriff. You don't want any of this smoke. And we'll get into that sheriff and that moron and Larry Krasner, who are still at it after the sheriff of Philadelphia embarrassed herself nationally and internationally last week when she said, you don't want any of this smoke. That moron and Larry Krasner and a couple of other of Larry Krasner's slugs went out there and continue because CNN put her on. Meanwhile, the Philadelphia police chief condemned her. The FOP in Philadelphia and police organizations all over the country are laughing at the sheriff of Philadelphia, who is nothing more than a bus driver. She gets the criminals who are in the penitentiaries, she gets them from the courthouse back to the jail. That's her job. She can't even drive an Uber legally in this state. But anyway, they're still out there spreading their BS. So that's what's happening in Philadelphia. You got Josh Shapiro, has more problems coming up for him as he runs for president and takes selfies every day, and now is doing podcasts with far left agitators and making it look like they're going to be influential for him. Larry, you're running for re-election in the state of Pennsylvania, where your gas taxes are among the highest in the nation. Now, gas prices are coming down because they should come down, even though it was a Republican administration years ago that raised the gas taxes. But guess what? Gas taxes go up and down based on whoever is in charge. So I'm going to blame the current people who are not reducing the gas taxes, especially Josh Shapiro, who keeps telling everybody how he's lowering costs and giving you breaks. What breaks have you gotten from Josh Shapiro in your Pennsylvania income tax, or any of your people keep saying, we're going to give you a credit so you can buy gas or buy eggs? Have you gotten any credit from the Josh Shapiro? Have you gotten a check from the state of Pennsylvania? Of course not, because politicians, Democrat, Republicans, they're all going to lie to you so they can get reelected. But nobody is working hard to be president of the United States and one of the candidates in 2028 than Josh Shapiro. He's using all of these. Every hour he posts something about what a great job. We're not going to put up with BS. And he's using profanity to make himself look tough. He's a tough guy, Josh Shapiro. Well, he ain't a tough guy. He's a smarmy little weasel. But you can vote for him if you want. You voted for the sheriff. You voted for Larry Krasner. So you vote. You deserve the people you vote for. If you vote for these creeps and then are victims of their policies, blame yourself. Look in the mirror and blame yourselves. Larry Krasner was elected 3 times as the DA of Philadelphia. The guy who has put more criminals back on the streets to recommit crimes, yet somehow people think this guy's doing a good job. He's a cop-hating, criminal-coddling loser. And the fact that people still, and here's the worst part, all the other Soros DAs, they've all been removed in the most liberal state in the country. In California, Los Angeles got rid of their Soros DA. In San Jose, San Francisco got rid of their Soros DA, but Philadelphia's DA, Larry Krasner, somehow is immune from being recalled or removed, except when he goes up for re-election again, or he'll run for a higher office. He shouldn't be allowed to live in Philadelphia. That's what a scumbag and crumb bum he is. So enjoy Larry Krasner, especially if you have a kid at the Temple campus going into a Chipotle and being shot in a bathroom.
Yeah.
Like we had happen the other night. And again, listen, I love Philadelphia. I'm angry because I love Philadelphia. If I hated Philadelphia, I wouldn't be even talking about this stuff. So we'll talk about that. We've got the U.S. freezing all visa processing for 75 countries, including Somalia, Russia. And one of the things that I agree with Trump, I agree that all federal funding for places like the University of Pennsylvania, where their leaders are dirtbags, and they're out there. You notice all the Palestinian protesters have disappeared now. You notice that?
I know.
They're all gone. They just pick up the next, they just whatever sign they're handed, or if they go on Craigslist in Philadelphia, they find out where the next cause is. You notice they're not out there pro-Palestine anymore. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we'll get to this. We got a lot of good stuff. And we have open phone lines. We'll talk to you and talk to the folks. We'll have you on the chat. Do we have the chat right now? The chat is up?
The chat is up and active. And
Robin will be monitoring.
I am monitoring it.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody that is on there, you better have smashed that like button.
Smash the like and subscribe button.
If you are listening.
Unlike voting, you don't have to do it. You only do it once.
Yes.
And you vote once and then.
You don't want to do it more than once because then you unlike it.
Oh, so do you unlike it?
Yeah. If you push it more than
no,
once.
If you put your thumbs up, you can't go back and put the thumbs down and erase it, can you?
Yeah, you can.
What are we using? What kind of voting machines are we using here?
We don't want anybody to do that. You like it and keep it that way. And if you are listening on the Odyssey app, even if you are unable to actually watch the YouTube because whatever, you're driving or you're at work, go on to YouTube anyway. Yep. Quickly like that button and then listen to the rest of it on Odyssey.
Smash that thing.
Smash it.
Smash that thing like one of those ice proofs. By the way, you see in Idaho, in Medford, Oregon, Medford, Oregon, ICE protesters held a die-in Medford. All of these fat white women and all of these other jobless. It's cold, and they have a big sign, "Crush ice." What do these people do? What do these people do? They must get paid for this. Who has the time to go out in the middle of the day and lay in a parking lot?
We know that they get paid for.
Do we have actual visual proof of this, Robin? Because I'm about evidence.
We do, Matt. We sent you a link for a photograph. The Philadelphia Craigslist posting. It is Stop Trump. You can earn up to $1,500 a week.
$1,500 a week. You know how much dope I could buy for that?
For being a professional. And some people who are really good at it, then they get more. They get promoted. So they get up to $1,500 a week. It shows right there. If you're on YouTube, you can see it.
This is a legitimate ad on Craigslist, Philadelphia.
Yes.
I used to go on there back in the day when I was looking for random chicks.
Yeah.
But they don't have that anymore.
They don't. Well, I think, no, they don't. They
got rid of that.
The casual encounters.
I used to hook up with a lot of chicks in California when I was single.
They obviously said once Tony was no longer on there, they're like, it's useless. We don't have enough activity on here. Tony Bruno's gone. So it says here, hiring immediately. Call today. Start tomorrow. $15 to $18 hourly rate plus bonus plus overtime up to 77 hours per week.
Wow.
Drivers earn gas reimbursement, morning
gas
and
reimbursement
evening shifts.
Too?
No previous experience required.
Does Josh Shapiro send you one of those gas vouchers that he's been promising people?
I mean, this is what people are doing.
Yeah. Hey, people got to eat. You know what I'm saying?
And they're getting paid. And I think that Trump is correct. Trump has said that he wants to go after whoever's funding these
exactly.
things. Don't go after that.
And it's our by the way, it's our tax dollars. Now, and then there's Soros money because he's got billions of dollars, and that's all he does is buy political. Every picture, all of these people who are screaming about impeaching Trump again for the 50th time, they're all funded by Soros operations. Mm-hmm. A lot of these protesters are funded by George Soros because he wants anarchy.
It's not just him. There's actually a link through to a Chinese Communist Party agent who is a billionaire in China. Yep. I forget what his name is right now. But they actually were able to tie some of these paid NGO type things to him as well.
And that should make every tax-paying American outraged when you see the amounts of fraud that are being committed, not just in Minnesota with the Somali stuff and Walsh, who should be in jail or under a jail before it's over. I mean, you've got it going on everywhere. Every state, Massachusetts, California is going to be even bigger because right now you got Gavin Newsom. He's ready. He's scared right now. Because Trump is saying, if you are a sanctuary city or sanctuary state, we're going to cut off your funding. And you know what? They should, because no one knows where the money is going for. No one knows where your hard-earned tax dollars are being spent. Billions of dollars. Billions. Yet people don't seem to care. We're going to take a break and come back. We're just getting this party started. Tony Bruno, Miss Robin in the afternoon. We're going until 6 o'clock tonight with the great Matt DeSantis, Justin Otero, and you on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
There's a reason that potato chips don't come in a clear bag.
There's only 8 chips in this bag.
That's why. It's only about 2/3 full. The rest is air. It's a lot like opening up your 401k at retirement. You get about 2/3 of it, and the rest goes to Uncle Sam. Jim Cipriotti at the Retire Ready Financial Group can help. His tax mapping process can help forecast what your tax bill will be in the future. And that way, you can build a strategy now to potentially decrease your tax bill in retirement. In other words, more for you and less for Uncle Sam. Call today for your complimentary retirement tax mapping report, 610-894-7415. That's 610-894-7415. Or find them online at retirereadyfg.com. And get Uncle Sam's greedy hands out of your retirement.
Hey, you've had enough.
With a complimentary tax mapping report from Jim Cipriotti. Investment advisory services offered through Retire Ready Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through James V. Cipriotti, Retire Ready Financial Group, LLC, NPN number 2083768.
Looking for beautiful, high-quality furniture for your home? Look no further than Bucks County Estate Traders. Skip the big chains and discover their massive showroom in Hatfield, packed with 16,000 unique pieces where you can furnish your whole home in one easy visit. Shop comfortably and get it delivered locally or wherever you are. Thanks to their exclusive white glove carrier network, Bucks County Estate Traders handles delivery nationwide, so you can save time, effort, and money. Visit buckscountyestatetraders.com or their showroom in Hatfield today.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
We get it. Attention spans just aren't what they used to be. Heads in social media and eyes on Netflix. But what do people do with their ears? Well, for one, they're listening to audio. Americans spend 4.4 hours with audio every day. Oh, and you want the proof? Well, you just sat through this ad that's now approaching 30 seconds. What could you say to a potential customer in 30 seconds? Let Odyssey put together a media plan tailor-made for your unique marketing needs. Advertise with Odyssey. Visit ads.odyssey.com.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Wesley Financial.
Samsung is doubling down on Google's artificial intelligence in its smartphones and tablets. The South Korean company tells Reuters that it's planning to double the number of its mobile devices powered by Google's Gemini AI in 2026 to about 800 million, from the 400 million it made in 2025. Search is the most used AI feature on Samsung smartphones, followed by AI editing. I'm Jason Brooks.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
At LendSeek, we know running a business takes heart, hustle, and sometimes a little help. That's why we stand with you with our exclusive AI lending platform, connecting you to over 100 funders. If you've been in business for at least 2 years with a minimum annual revenue of $500,000, you can get up to $1 million in funding in as fast as 24 hours. No collateral, no prepayment penalties, no red tape. Apply today with no cost or obligation at lendseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.com.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hair volume for New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Broadcasting live from the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
Oh, love the immigrant song. As long as they're legal immigrants, just like my mother was, and many family members back in the day who did it the right way. You know what I mean, Robin? Did you know this was the immigrant song?
I did not.
I hate to do it to you.
You know me. I am a really bad.
This is a classic, Robin.
I know the songs, but I don't know the titles. I don't know who sang them. I don't know where I was in my youth, where I was just sort of like in the clouds. I don't remember lyrics necessarily. I know.
How did I marry
Phil-
this woman? That's the question.
Phil would be so disappointed in me, not just you, Tony.
Phil Almquist, right now, in his car driving
Oh, I
home
know.
after a 17-hour day, is probably screaming at the radio.
Yes.
And your bad knowledge of music, Robin.
I think he is. I'm sure he is. I apologize to Phil and you and everybody, but yeah, that's just it's one of my shortcomings.
Road Warrior says, I can't hear you.
What?
Sure he can. Why can't he? Anyway, we have a caller on the line. Let's go to the phones. 855-839-1210. And we have our buddy down in
I believe
South
we have
Carolina.
David in South Carolina.
He's one of our favorite. He listens to 1210 24/7.
Yes.
And he's always interacts with the program. He's always a great caller. And he has breaking news a lot, too, from South Carolina.
Correct.
Which is a little north of us, Robin. But let's go to the phones. Let's go to David. David, how are you, buddy?
Hey, happy couple. How y'all doing? To the new newlyweds.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, the honeymoon's over. I mean, the honeymoon was short-lived.
It lasted like 24 hours.
It lasted until midnight, New Year's Eve, when we fell asleep right before the ball went down.
Yeah.
Right before the balls dropped, and mine did too. They all dropped at the same time.
Well, I wanted to talk to him about this ice stuff. I don't know if you've seen this video. I sent it to Stalker, but I don't know where this was, probably somewhere up north. But it was a church, and in the church they were having these trainings. And one person would be the detainee. One person would grab them. One person was videotaping. And the other person's job was to learn how to yell and disrupt and everything.
Oh, yeah, that's all over the internet. Was it a Methodist church
It's
or
a Methodist church.
Methodist church somewhere up north? I don't know if it was in New York, but it's in one of those states. And they had women and men, mostly women, because most of the protesters are these women who are just absolutely bonkers.
But if you
some
were-
of the expressions,
Yeah.
you see this woman's like, shoot me in the face.
Yeah. But you know,
It should be institutionalized. When you talk about mental health help, there are these people need to be put in an institution. They need to reopen Byberry and all these other mental wards
Here's
put them
two
in there
things.
again.
Two things, David. One is I would make a horrible ICE agent because I don't care. Like, as soon as I saw somebody in my face like that, I'd be whipping out my mace immediately. Like, right to the shower. I'm like, spray them all. I would want it upgraded to tear gas. Forget the mace. I want them on the ground. So yeah, I would make a horrible ICE agent. Most of them have the patience of Job. And two, these organizations that are training people to be anarchists, they should be fined. They should be put in jail. They should be sued, whatever, because that should not be allowed. You should not. And the implication is because they have these training organizations, especially in a church, it's telling people that what they are showing people how to do is okay. And it's not.
It's like acting classes. It's like these theater classes that in the Democrats, they hate ICE, but then they go out and sing with candles on January 6th.
But the Renee Good thing,
bad theater.
What happened to her is a direct response to her being trained by one of these organizations. Her family should sue because she was taught that this is okay, that you're going to be fine, dear. Just go out and do your thing and be a little troublemaker and everything will be okay. Well, it's not. When you do things like that,
exactly,
you are like stepping. It's like the expectation of somebody that is like, if you're at the zoo and you make it through the bars into a lion's cage, what do you expect is going to happen? Not that I'm comparing ICE agents to lions, but it's the idea of you do something that is illegal and then you get in trouble or hurt. And then you're like, oh, I didn't know it was going to happen. Well, duh.
You know, I just don't know. I don't know where this idea came from that it's okay to do this kind of stuff. It's just got to change. I mean, let's normalize acting correctly. South Carolina, I heard one of the representatives here in the State House today talking about, and I need to get more details on it, but they're talking about making legislation to basically put guardrails on how you would act in this kind of situation, how far back you have to be and whatnot. And like you said, videotape all you want to do what you want to do. You want to yell, but you're not going to get close to the situation and interfere. And really, that's for your safety too. I mean, that's for everyone's safety.
Now,
But
now they're putting up fences in Minnesota to keep these nutcases from going into these ICE detention centers.
Yeah.
And then you got these congressmen like this Sri Tanadar, the guy with the bad hair, the Indian dude who can barely speak English. Now he's calling to impeach Kristi Noem and introducing a bill to abolish ICE. This week, quote, I intend to introduce a bill to abolish ICE. Guess who's standing behind him? The guy with the cane. What's his name? The other Mr.
Yeah.
That Cro-Magnon man looking
No,
dude.
he does look like a Cro-Magnon man.
Yeah. And that's
and
an
we've
accurate
seen-
portrayal.
We've seen several mayors and people like that come up in front of the camera saying, if you come to our city and you're basically, if you're ICE, you do these illegal things, we're going to arrest you and everything. This happens all the time. We just had one here in South Carolina where a deputy was ambushed. Do they have the same kind of press conference say, look, you come in our city and attack our officers, you're going to pay the price? They don't do it then. With something like this, they will do it. And it's not like any ICE agents are even breaking the law, but it's just a sort of virtue signaling to say, hey, these ICE agents are out there breaking the laws and killing people for no reason. It's just got to stop.
It's
But
dangerous.
thanks a lot,
And I get
Bruce.
the
Thank
random
you.
morons. I get the random morons, on social media and TikTok videos and all this other stuff. But elected officials and media people who have bought into it and have the agenda, which has nothing to do with being fair and letting the facts. See, I have opinions on everything, but I try to get the facts first and then give my opinion. I didn't give an opinion as soon as the incident happened. I didn't know what happened. That's what most people who look at facts first. But the mayor of Minneapolis and their governor, who's going to be impeached pretty soon and removed from office. Now everybody talks about, well, Trump's distracting from the Epstein files with everything. What bigger distraction now for Tim Walz and the corruption that he's allowed to happen as a two-time governor in his state? All the billions of dollars that he allowed people to scam, taxpayer dollars, and now all of a sudden he's preaching to people and the mayor jumping around on a stage like a nutcase. They're preaching that ICE needs to be removed. That's a distraction from what's really going on in Minnesota and has been going on since the George Floyd riots, which has still left parts of Minneapolis looking like a war zone. A lot of those stores and businesses never reopened.
They're gone.
And that's 5 years ago. So when you have a state that allows people to just do whatever they want when they're angry, this is what happens. There's no law and order. And listen, I've done stupid things, but I don't break the laws and then absolutely say, hey, how about me? I would see what I did, man. I just broke I just broke a window on a police car.
Well, you see this all the time where like people, even outside of the whole ICE situation, you see videos of people driving and they refuse to get out of the car, or they refuse to roll down their window, or they refuse to give them regular police officer their driver's license or whatever, thinking that somehow or another they have the right to say no. And I remember when I was taking driver's ed in high school, they had a whole lesson on what to do if you are pulled over. How do you behave? You don't grab anything until the officer tells you to, or
yeah, I've done that. I kissed an officer once at the Mummers Parade when I was a drunk kid in South Philly, and they put me in a meat wagon, and I just kissed the cop. I didn't assault him.
Oh, it was a male cop.
Oh yeah, I kissed a male cop, and he liked it. But that's what happens.
Well, apparently, didn't he put you?
Well, first of all, I was like 12 years old,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so I shouldn't have been drinking anyway. But guess what happened?
12?
I was, like 12, 13 years old, and I was drinking on the streets like everybody does
You were
back in the day when the
such a
Mummers
South
Parade.
Philly hooligan.
You're damn right I was. But they took me to jail. They took me to jail at 11th Street in Wharton there, the police building, and they put me in a drunk tank, and then they let me go. But they take your belt away. You know that. They always do that when
Do
they
they
put you
really?
in jail. Yeah, so you don't hang yourself like Jeffrey Epstein did.
Huh.
I'm not going to hang. I'm not going to hang myself.
Did your pants fall down?
Somebody tried to make them go down, but I said no. I'm not into that stuff, man. Go into the next cell. But anyway, we do stupid things when we're kids. But the bottom line is you're accountable for it. I was a young kid drinking and having a good time. I was making out with a lot. The key when you're a kid in South Philly, when the Mummers Parade used to go on Broad Street, is you try to make out with as many chicks as you want. And so you'll find a lot of drunk chicks who want to kiss guys and a lot of drunk dudes who try to, it depends. I mean, there were women coming up to me and making out. That's what you do when you're a drunk kid. When you're a drunk and you drink too much. Or you could be Jim Kenny and you can be a crumb creep coward lush like Jim Kenny was. So I was held accountable for drinking and trying to kiss a cop. You think I resisted arrest?
Well, and I know that your mother probably...
she didn't know.
She didn't find out?
No, because I was only...
How did you get out of jail then?
They let you go after a while. They put you in a cell. They let you sleep. Not even sleep it off.
I
wasn't like, oh my God, stumbling drunk. They just want to make sure that they can put you in the cooler for a couple of hours. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we're going to take a break right now. Thank you, David, for the call. Appreciate it, man. 855-839-1210. We got to get into the commie mom dami crybaby bit going on in New York. And how about the governor of New York, old Snag? No, she's not Snag. She's got beautiful teeth. She does have beautiful teeth. She's like a beaver. And I don't mean a good beaver.
No, she doesn't have like a big bite. She just has she's like chiclets. She's got really nice.
Not like the guy on the Travago commercials. No, not that guy. That guy's got the biggest fake teeth ever.
They are very distracting during that commercial. That's all I see. So it's like, whoa.
You should have checked Travago. No, you should have checked your dentist to make sure that the fake teeth that you have in there aren't 6 times too big for your mouth, pal. It's the Germans, Robin. You know what they say? The Germans always make good stuff.
Well, apparently they don't make good dentistry.
Neither do the Brits, by it.
Yes.
I'm not taking any advice from the Brits about dental care. Anyway, we're coming back. We'll take a break. Phone lines are open. Matt DeSantis, Justin Otero at the Wheels of Steel back in the studios. It's Tony Bruno, Miss Robin. It's Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-207-4545. That's 800-207-4545. Once again, that's 800-207-4545.
Every man should have their health optimized. Forte Men's Health offers a unique approach to men's health, providing individualized solutions that address a wide range of critical issues. Dr. Michael Athanasios supports you with cardiovascular disease prevention, improvement in erectile dysfunction, testosterone replacement and enhancement, nutrition counseling, and weight control all in one place. Reduce the need for multiple appointments with different specialists. Visit ForteMen'sHealth.com. Make an appointment today for personalized health care. Forte Men's Health, with one doctor, one location for life. ForteMen'sHealth.com.
Hi, Dawn Stensland here. Look around your home right now, especially the kitchen and the bathrooms. Obviously, you use them every day. Think about a refresh. And that's where my friends at Kitchen Magic come in. They're family-owned, crafting high-quality American-made kitchens and baths, and they make the process so simple from start to finish. Right now, you enjoy 30% off kitchen cabinet refacing, 50% off bathroom installations. Start the new year with a home that looks better and works better for you. KitchenMagic.com. Do it today. Tell them Dawn sent you.
Download to see if you qualify for Albert Instant Advance. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription is required for Instant Advance. Please see the Albert app or albert.com for subscription pricing. Subscriptions can be canceled at any time.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? You can get up to a $1,000 advance fast to pay for car repairs, bills, rent, groceries, whatever you need. Plus, Albert can help you find ways to save and give you a custom budget to actually grow your money.
Albert can get me up to $1,000?
$1,000? Exactly. But they do more than get you up to $1,000. Albert is your financial assistant, helping you budget, save, and spotting you money in a pinch.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code SAVE to get up to $1,000 for your bills, rent, groceries, and more. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code SAVE to get up to $1,000. Use code SAVE to get up to $1,000.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Follow Talk Radio 1210 on Instagram and Facebook at 1210 WPHT.
See, I had to move my chair up, Robin, so I wasn't like lower than you. We got to organize the chair so that, on the camera, I look like I'm in the dark again, Robin, and you're like bright and shiny. And
That's because we need to get the curtains up on the window so that you don't have the light coming from behind you on the side. I'll work on that.
Meanwhile, we got phone calls here. Let's go to Ralph in Broomall, who does not have a leering center there so that his kids can learn or leer and take money, millions of dollars, to educate kids who never seem to show up at the school. Hey, Ralph, what's going on up there?
Hey, Tony and Robin. Hi, how are you? Listen, so with that fraud money that the Somalis are getting, maybe one of them would like to be an entrepreneur. And so he happens to come across maybe an illegal immigrant from, let's say, I don't know, maybe Mexico. And they decide they want to open a Somali-Mexican restaurant. I happen to like Mexican food. I like burritos, enchiladas. But, Tony, they come up with their great invention. It is a Somali.
What would happen, Ralph?
I don't know.
Did we lose him? You still there, Ralph?
What happened? I'm still
you
here.
Said they came up
Didn't you
with
hear the punch?
You said they came up with a Somali, and I didn't hear the punchline.
Oh, tamale.
Oh, tamale. What a great idea.
That is a fantastic idea.
Somali tamales.
What is
Somali
cuisine?
It's catchy. And you know what? Pass that on to my good friend Rich.
The great Rich. I wanted I like the Egyptian magician, one of the Jerky Boys characters. Yes. Remember that? The Egyptian.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's that guy, that congressman with the fake eyebrows and the hair. In fact, we have tape of that guy. Ralph, great idea. I'll see if there's any Somali tamale stands here in Cape Coral, Florida. I'm sure it'll do gangbusters.
There you go. Hey, pass it on to Rich.
If I can get $1 billion to open one up, I'll open one up tomorrow and get out of this radio world. You know what I mean?
As long as you say that you're catering to children or to homeless, we can get government money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I want some of that government stimulus money that everybody else is getting for free without working for it. Come on, I'm a citizen for 60, 73 years now. Thanks, Ralph. That's good stuff. Now, do we have the cut of Sri
Thanadar?
Whatever his name
who
is.
Who looks like he has had many, many, many facelifts. His face is so tight.
Well, he's got a great rug, though. There's no doubt about that.
He's got a rug, and he has a really tight face.
Can we play the cut? This is today when he's standing there with the other guy with the cane, the impeachment grant. They're basically like 5-6 Congress people whose job it is to call for articles of impeachment every day.
Yes.
Whether they mean it or not.
I think that's Sri Thanadar's only thing that he does is he just
No, the other guy. What's his name? The guy with the cane.
Oh.
He's been
Al Green.
Al Green, not the great Al Green who did I'm So Tired of Being Alone. He was a legend.
He doesn't deserve that name.
Well, there's a lot of people named Al Green,
I
Robin.
know, but it just like that name is way too cool for this guy.
Anyway, let's go to
and
Sri.
we must finally we must reform ICE, but it looks at this stage, folks, ICE is beyond reform. ICE is totally out of control, and this week I intend to introduce a bill to abolish ICE. We need to make ICE go away. 2003. Before 2003, without ICE, various federal agencies were able to take care of business, and we can do this without ICE. But we do not need the murderers. We do not need this paramilitary organizations, members on our street terrorizing.
Yeah.
You know what I just realized?
What?
Looking at Sri Thandar, he looks like the male version of Valerie Jarrett.
Now, you know, what's her name got in trouble for that?
No, because
didn't Roseanne get in trouble for saying that?
Because
Yes.
she said that Valerie Jarrett looked like somebody from
Planet of the Apes. Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
She got canceled for that.
I am saying that they look like they could be brother and sister.
I don't know. I mean, he looks like a weirdo. Up close, the guy's got painted on eye. I thought only chicks did that. Listen, bottom line, he can keep doing he can do the impeachment stuff. These people these people are clueless. And again, impeach all you want. That's all you got.
He just wants to be on TV. That's why he looks so fabulous.
You know what? That Chris Murphy guy. This Chris Murphy guy runs to the TV cameras every 10 seconds because he wants to be president. And the best part about the 2028 election, you can see all the desperados who think they're going to be president. You know, Shapiro in Pennsylvania, he'll be one of the front runners.
Yes.
But the guys like Chris Murphy and all of these other people who won't even get 1/10 of a percentage point in a primary are wasting their time. Instead of representing Connecticut, which has places like Hartford and New Haven, and if you've been to Hartford and New Haven, maybe Chris Murphy should be paying attention to the cities in his state that are absolute, crap holes right now. And it's sad to see. You drive on 95 North going past New Haven and drive through Hartford. It's scary, folks. It's scary.
We went up there for somebody's wedding and stayed up in, was it New Haven?
Yeah.
And
New Haven, Yale is there, a beautiful campus.
I was surprised because that's what I envisioned, this
And I took you
beautiful
to Yale.
area with the beautiful campus. But as soon as you leave the campus, it was like, holy moly.
Wait a minute, I have breaking news from Dave Curran, one of our listeners out there, award-winning meteorologist. And he says, any Verizon wireless customers in New Jersey experiencing an outage, phone in SOS mode. Verizon outage, New Jersey. So I don't know. We'll keep our eyes on that, or ears and noses and throats.
I wanted to read something, and I have to find it.
Now, we got to take a break here soon.
Yes,
but
but
we don't
Sue-
have a heart out, Robin, so don't start giving me the heart out
I'm just going to read
stuff.
it really, really quick because it was funny. Apparently, Sue Alberici, I think it was her, said that back in 2013 or 2014, she wrote to you and said that you would have you should transfer over to become a political talk show host.
I'm not a political talk show host.
And you poo-pooed that. Here it is. I remember tweeting Tony Bruno back around 2013, 2014 and telling him that he belongs on radio as a political pundit. And he poo-pooed the idea. Yet here we are.
Remember, when I was doing the mornings here at 1210, which was WCAU back in 1990, I was doing a full service show, not a sports show, not a news show. It was everything, weather, traffic. We had everything. It was a full service show because back in those days, in the 90s and 80s, every radio and TV station had a fully stocked news department. Yeah. We had meteorologists. We had our own traffic guy.
You always said that was your favorite show.
Yeah,
that you
because
ever did.
it's a moving show. You can talk about what's going on in the world of politics. You can talk about local stuff. It's not about political punditry became this big deal when all of these people like Chuck Todd and all these other phonies were fired by NBC and all these other places, and they're now doing their own podcast because people realized, even NBC realized, that he was a chud. Not Chuck Todd. It should be Chud Todd. And now he's on his own podcast, and God bless him. I was doing podcasts before they were even popular. Remember?
Correct.
I was one of the first people still in terrestrial radio saying, I'll do a podcast too. Now everybody's got a podcast, and God bless you. Anybody can do a podcast. That's the thing.
Now, Tony, we need to go to break, and when we come back, we have another phone call waiting on the line.
Phil in Delaware?
Yes. Has a good question.
He has a good question?
He does have a good question.
How do you know it's a good question, Robin?
Well, because I can see the question.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on the line. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. Hour number 2, as they say in radio, which is the 4 o'clock hour coming up. It's Tony Bruno, Miss Robin. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-823-5544. That's 800-823-5544. 800-823-5544.
Hi, this is Larry Steinhaus, and I want to let you know that I buy houses. I buy houses from people that may be a tired landlord, maybe somebody who's having trouble selling their house, or maybe someone who needs to sell their house quickly. Well, all you need to do is call 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137, and I promise to answer the phone and help you with your situation. That's right, your house may be cluttered. It may be a house that a relative left you, or it may just be a house you just want to get rid of. 855-939-1137.
Comedian Joe Conklin.
Hey, this is Ray Didinger. I had the opportunity to open the Joe Conklin Show. It was sensational. It includes all the impressions, Iverson, Merrill and Mike, Barkley. He brought in the full orchestra. It's really good. His daughter Casey's part of it. His brother's part of it. They can rock it, boy. So you got all the music, plus you got all the comedy. It's a great night.
That's Conklin with City Rhythm and the story of Philadelphia sports put to music at the Broadway Theater in Pitman, New Jersey, February 21st. For tickets, go to joeconklin.com. joeconklin.com!
Right. It's a new year, and there's no better time to invest in your smile than right now. It's 2026, and this is the year that you want healthier teeth, greater confidence, and care you can trust. So make your appointment now with Dr. Mike Veneria at Veneria Dental. With Dr. Mike, it's not about cost, it's about care. His compassion and commitment to your health is his top priority, and I should know he's my dentist. And for over 12 years, Dr. Mike has been recognized by his peers as a master of complex dental surgery and procedures. He treats other doctors. He's the guy the experts call the expert in handling complex dental surgeries and procedures. So, my entire family goes to Dr. Mike, and when it comes to your health, you don't cut corners. That's why it's so important. You go to the best and only the best. With 2 offices to serve you in Cinnaminson and Woodbury. Make your appointment to get your free dental implant consultation today. If you've already had an estimate, get a second opinion. It's worth doing. This is your smile we're talking about. VeneriaDental.com, VANARIA, VeneriaDental.com.
Had a phone, 2 laptops, and a watch seized by agents at her Virginia home. An FBI affidavit says the search was related to an investigation into a system administrator in Maryland who authorities believe took home classified reports.
Stocks fell on Wall Street. The Dow closed down 42 points. This is CBS News.
Follow and listen to CBS News Roundup on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-885-8877. 800-885-8877. Again, that's 800-885-8877.
Some big honors were handed out this morning to open the Detroit Auto Show. WWJ's Jeff Gilbert was there.
The winner of the North American Car of the Year is the Dodge Charger.
The Charger, both gasoline and electric, honored for power and efficiency. Ford's Maverick Lobo winning Truck of the Year for its lowrider style.
Ford earning the Truck of the Year for 6 years in a row is truly a testament to Ford's commitment to truck excellence.
Ford's Pam Wiley, the Hyundai Palisade winning North American Utility of the Year. Jeff Gilbert, CBS News, Detroit.
Many Verizon customers are experiencing a major outage today, disrupting calling and cell services across the U.S. The New York-based carrier has acknowledged an issue impacting wireless voice and data services. Verizon has not specified the cause, but says engineering teams are working to resolve it. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios, powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Philly, afternoon fire incoming, 1210 WPHT. Rolling in a Philly on the airwaves hot. Tony Bruno's leading the charge, giving all he's got. Miss Robin's right there, keeping it sharp and true. No script, no safe space, the straight talk coming through. From Eagles Heartbreak to the latest DC mess, we cut through the noise, no time for less. Matt's loaded with knowledge, dropping facts like rain. Justin on the rails, keeping this train on the main. Crank it loud, crank it loud, crank it loud. Tony Bruno, Miss Robin, 3 to 6 on WPHT. We're storming the town. Matt bringing good knowledge, Justin keeping us on track. No filter, no mercy. Philly fight back. Turn it up, feel the heat rise. Tony Bruno, all truth, no disguise. Yeah, let's go. Matt dropping wisdom, Justin holding the line. Crew's locked in, it's showtime. Crank it loud. Tony and Robin, knowledge flying, never stopping. 1210 WPHT, afternoons ablaze. Watch us on YouTube. Welcome to the craze. It's Tony Bruno. Hit it. 1210 WPHT. You're live.
Crank it up for the people in the overflow. On this What Up Wednesday afternoon, Tony Bruno, Miss Robin from the 1210 WPHT afternoon show till 6 o'clock, and then that Zioli guy will be on at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Beautiful, man. We got a lot of stuff going on. People are still freaking out. The students in Minneapolis now left school today so they can protest again. Although the Leering Center kids are all in class today for some reason. It's all the white kids are protesting, along with their creepy moms and dads who don't work for some reason. Meanwhile, we got open lines today. We're talking a lot of stuff. We got the Mamdani now saying that he wants to make sure that the guy he hired to be on his staff from Venezuela, who overstayed his visa, since 2017 and was arrested and also charged with an assault charge in New York, that he is saying that this is an outrage and it's a stain on our democracy. That one of his staffers, and if you've seen the people he's been hiring, a lot of his staffers are not America first or New York first. And that's why I feel bad for the people in New York. You voted for this guy, whatever he's doing, it's your fault. So as I say before, you get what you vote for. And Mamdami's out there with Miss Rachel doing all these hijinks. And, this guy's taking it like he's some rock star.
Miss Rachel has been anti-cop,
anti-Semitic.
Yeah, for
and
quite
then
some
little
time.
kids are watching this stuff in the afternoon. This woman's a certified anti-Semite.
If you have small children or grandchildren and they're watching Miss Rachel, do a little research on her.
Yeah, watch it with them and see what this nutcase talks
exactly
about.
The best
it's not like the
influence.
good old days when we had Sally Starr and other kids hosts who weren't nutcases.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them may have been, but we didn't have social media back then.
Well,
we didn't know whether Captain Noah was banging Strange on the side when he was asking people to send their pictures to dear old Captain Noah on Channel 6 in Philly. So we didn't know.
But they weren't trying to do subliminal messaging regarding their political ideology.
But get this. So you got Mamdami saying that this is an assault on democracy, that one of his aides who's been in the country illegally and has overstayed his visa.
For how many years?
2017 is when it expired.
Okay.
Now he's saying, oh, this is an assault on democracy, and we won't deal with this. By the way, in his home country of Uganda, you know what you can't do? You can't become a citizen there unless you apply for naturalization by having good conduct, no prison time, you can't have been arrested, no criminal record, assault, arrest, and jail time. If you do that, if you want to become a citizen of Uganda, where Mamdami was born and raised, and is talking about how New York is not a democracy, tell me about your home country where they do it the right way. If you have a criminal record and you assault somebody, you're arrested, you're sent to jail, and then you're deported. And after a sentence, you get a permanent ban from ever being a citizen of Uganda again. So
wow,
take
how
that,
novel.
put that in your pipe and smoke it, Kami Mamdami. It's amazing how these people come here, and instead of being grateful to being allowed in this country, and by the way, he owns all these homes in Uganda, and again, that's fine. But if you come to our country and you start denouncing it and allowing criminals to run crazy, then you don't belong in this country.
No.
So, nobody's going to impeach him in New York because they're buying this guy's nonsense. God bless you. Now, let's go to the phones. Do we have Phil in Delaware still on the line, Robin?
I believe so.
Phil, are you there? Good afternoon.
Hey, Tony. Happy New Year.
Hi, Phil. Happy New Year to you, my friend.
It'll be Happy New Year till June, okay?
For me?
Yeah, for you and Robin.
Oh, yeah, but I don't count my birthdays as New Year's. I'm right in the middle of the year. So I don't celebrate birthdays, and it's not a big deal. I hope to live till next year. That's how I take it one day. As athletes say, I take it one day at a time. I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, you know what, Tony? The fact that you got married, it makes your life last longer. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that,
Yeah,
Robin.
married men live longer.
Who said that?
It's a statistic.
Oh, really? From where?
Just
Exactly.
Now, Phil, you have some insight or a question regarding ICE protesters?
Have you been out there protesting in Delaware tonight? Have you gone by Joe Biden's house and said, hey, Joe, where are you now? Look at all the people you let in the country.
Remember, Joe's never home.
That's true. He's always up in like the Hamptons. He's up in with all the rich people, even though he hates rich people. And by the way, didn't Joe Biden say the border was secure? And all these people now mad at Trump because he flipped the bird at some guy who was yelling at him yesterday in Detroit. Remember when Joe Biden and that union guy, do we have the clip of that back in the studio? I want to play this because now you got Jen Psaki, who used to be Joe Biden's lapdog. Remember she was like, what was her term? Circle back. I'll have to circle back with you on that. Remember, everything was I'll circle back once I find out. So
and she forgot to circle back.
Well, no. So she's on wherever she works now, MS Now, whatever it's called. She's on there saying that what Trump did to that auto worker who's yelling out and calling him names while Trump was up on the balcony and he flipped him the bird right back. That's not presidential. She forgot when Joe Biden was talking to an auto worker on a floor somewhere. Where are you? There's a lot of noise. Are you outside?
What are you doing, Phil?
Are you doing an ICE protest?
Yeah, now I'm in Slower, Delaware. They can't afford
Smyrna?
12 hours. Slower, Delaware.
Oh, Slower, Delaware, not Smyrna.
No, they let me out last week from there, so I can't go to Somalia.
Oh, yeah, you got to get some of that Somali food stuff. You got to get a daycare center. I made a big mistake. I should have opened a Tony Bruno non-Somalian or Somali tamales. I'm going to steal that idea. I'm going to franchise them.
I'll pay for your first card if you open it.
So anyway, so you got Jen Psaki and all these Democrats talking about, oh, look what Donald Trump did, flipping the bird. They forget. Do we have the clip back there, Matt DeSantis? The one of Joe Biden getting in a guy's face, an auto worker, when Joe Biden was out there schmoozing the auto workers, and this guy had to, walked up to Joe and said, Joe, I'm supporting you, but why do you want to take away my guns? Remember that? Because Joe said, if you have a gun, and we're going to confiscate your guns. And then Joe Biden went off on this guy. Do we have that clip, Matt, in the studio? Let's play. This is Joe Biden, who doesn't flip off people like Trump does jokingly when he's up on a balcony in Detroit. He just gets in people's faces and becomes a raging old coot who can't control his temper. Here's Joey.
And you are actively trying to diminish your Second Amendment right and take away our gun. You're for now, go to shush. Shush.
It's hard to hear him. But he said, I never said that. I never said I was going to take your guns. And then one of his handlers has to pull him back because Joe's like losing his temper.
Because he actually says, you're full of
crap. He didn't say crap. He's in people's faces. Remember in Philadelphia with the guards behind him? And he was screaming like a maniac with the red lights on, having Marines on either side of him? Come on, man. Listen, you can hate Trump all you want. But if you think Joe Biden didn't have a short fuse, just look at him. The guy can't answer any questions without having a card. So give me a break.
Now, Phil, did you ever get to ask your question?
Yes, he did. He asked about job security, ICE, and health benefits.
Yeah, so do ICE protesters...
Well, Tony, you always say look into what you're thinking of doing. So I was going to ask Robin, do they offer like job security as a demonstrator? And
I don't know. I think they work by the hour. I think you get paid. What is it? What's the Philadelphia ad?
It was like
$1,500. How many hours?
$15 to $18 an hour, up to $1,500. Like they said that they could make about $1,500 a week. I doubt. I think it's a contractor type of thing.
Do you get 1099 afterwards?
It might even be cash. I don't know.
Well,
they did not say anything about health benefits.
At $16 an hour, 77 hours a week, you can make more than a ICE officer and not have to worry about being subordinate. You can say whatever you want, do whatever you want.
Now I'm not good at math. So $17 an hour times how many hours? 66 hours a week.
That's like $45,000 a year or something like that.
They don't work for the year. They work whenever the next protest is. They'll get
equivalent.
a sign and they'll give them a new sign and then they'll go protest something else.
Honestly, so ICE agents make about $48,000 to $50,000 a year. They can make up to $167,000 a year for experienced agents, but the entry level ones are low.
Well, what I was saying was $16 an hour, 77 hours a week is $64,000. So you can make more at being a screwball. And when they move on to a new subject, a new thing to demonstrate, you got an instant job somewhere else with a different sign.
Absolutely. Phil, there have been journalists, citizen journalists, who have recognize people from different
Oh, yeah.
demonstrations, and
Yep.
they've gone up to them. They know their names.
Yeah,
and they're like,
these people
"Hey,
show
Johnny,
up everywhere.
John Smith, how are you?"
These code pink women, you
Yeah.
see these mutations, that code pink woman, she's everywhere.
And some of the
funniest
some of the
thing is-
head.
I
Go
was
ahead.
going to say with Avello Airlines, Delaware has the worst politicians, and we just got reassessed for higher property values, and they're out there demonstrating to get rid of Avello, which is bringing in a ton of revenue.
Exactly. That's because Joe Biden and that car salesman, Chris Coons, they don't get a taste of it. Remember, Joe Biden and his son were the original credit card scammers. They're the ones, you notice, every credit card company came out of Delaware. You look at it. That's where Joe Biden started making his grift money when he became a senator.
Because
and then he used his son as the attorney general, who later passed away, to scam people. And they got the high interest credit cards going. And now
Right.
people are bailing. Everybody's bailing from Delaware.
Well, it used to be.
And I don't mean the
remember,
citizens. I mean companies and people who have businesses.
Phil, thank you so much for calling in.
Appreciate it, buddy.
It used to be that credit cards, I remember like the max your credit card could go up to was like 19%, maybe 19.99, but it couldn't go over 20. Now you see credit cards that are like 30, 32,
Oh, yeah.
35%, which is highway robbery. That's insane. How can anybody expect to pay that kind of stuff off? And they don't really notice it. Like, because you get your credit card
And you don't pay it, and you don't look at the interest.
Yeah.
I look at my credit card because I have Lowe's and Home Depot, and if you don't pay them,
Those
they
two are the
charge you
worst.
more penalties than when you pay. And I pay every month. I don't pay
Yeah.
the total because I got a lot of money on there because we built a house. But no interest for 6 months, and then all of a sudden, it gets close to 6 months, and they start banging you when you pay monthly. If you don't overpay what the monthly amount is, and I always overpay what the monthly amount is. But then they still, I have a list.
It
I
was a
made a list of
mistake.
all of the Lowe's, and Lowe's, by the way, is Synchrony Bank.
Yeah. They're
Synchrony
bad.
Bank, and all these banks are scam artists.
We made a mistake because we thought, okay, yeah, we'll have the money,
Right.
and we'll pay it off within 6 months, no problem. And then stuff happens. The water treatment, we had to replace that. That
Mhm.
was a $10,000 thing, and then something else, and all of a sudden, what we thought we were going to pay off suddenly couldn't. So that 6 month no interest was a bad idea, because at the end of the 6 months, if you don't pay it off, suddenly the interest, instead of whatever it was, 21%, is like 35.
But that's what people do. We had to do it because we didn't have enough cash to pay cash for all of the things we put in the house. But the people out there who are putting presents, everybody puts stuff on their credit card, and then you still have to pay it. We're not the government. The government keeps putting all of this stuff, all this scam money getting stolen by Somalians and all of these other states, and corrupt, Gavin Newsom and all these other corrupt bums. They are all liars, and they're stealing our money. That should outrage people more than I protested against the Vietnam War in the 60s when we knew it was a scam. Now people protest just to get paid to walk around and not get a real job.
You know what hurts? Not only does it make me really angry, but it hurts my heart to think of the not just millions, but billions. And now we're looking at probably $1 trillion that have been between California, Minnesota, New York, like all these blue run states that have, and I'm not saying that it's only there. More than likely, there are scams in other red run states as well. But once you add everything up, there has been probably so much wasted, our money that we've been paying in taxes, and they're telling us that Social Security is running out and we don't have money for health care. We don't have money for this and that. And yet, if they had not been allowed to have all these scams, there would have been money. We wouldn't have had to worry about Social Security money running out and universal health care, there being no money for that, and all this other stuff. It just hurts my heart to think that, that it's just been allowed to, and it's no big deal because it's not their money. It's ours.
It's our money. And I'll tell you, I can't wait for Trump to shut off California from any more federal aid. If you want to have a sanctuary city, you should not get a dime of our tax dollars, because sanctuary city means one thing. You protect criminals. It's meant to protect criminals, not just innocent people. Innocent people don't go out and do heinous things. You saw the pictures of all of these people that have been arrested. And the funniest part, which ironically, is a lot of these people have been, their race has been identified as white. Have you seen these pictures? They got the suspects who are being arrested. And
one of the ones that I saw, I mean, there's lots and lots and lots of them where they've been the input in the system that then shows statistics, right? Crime statistics.
Yep.
So armed robbery, rape, murder, whatever. The input for all of these people in the system shows somebody that actually did it was either Black or Hispanic or Chinese or Laotian or whatever. And it says that they were white. And in the actual photograph shows them having black hair, yet on the system, it shows that they're strawberry blonde.
yeah,
That is not just a mistake.
The media, to me, and I said it before, as a long member of the media, there has never been a more reprehensible group of people running media in this country than right now. It's the worst that it's ever been. And no matter how much you hate the mainstream media, you can't hate them enough. And it hurts me to say that. I'm not proud of saying it, but I don't respect 99.9% of the people working for the New York Times, the Washington Post, all of these the Boston Globe. These are all mouthpieces. They're all mouthpieces for the Democratic Party. And there's some mouthpieces for the Republicans, but they're not prominent newspapers. And that's why all these newspapers are going out of business. That's why the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette shut down. They don't even want to waste trees anymore on many of these. It's all digital now. And you can pay for it and read whatever you want. But the media is the most reprehensible bunch of scumbags that are wrecking our country more than any other politician. We're coming back. More of your calls, 855-839-1210. It's Tony and Miss Robin, Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Gold is now over $4,400 an ounce. Need cash to help pay holiday bills? Go to the Estates Roadshow Monday through Friday and get cash in your hands. Gold and silver, old rings, chains, and even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold is hot by going to the Estates Roadshow. 3 locations this week: Chestnut Hill, Warrington, and Thoroughfare. Bring your gold, silver, coins, diamonds, and watches, even broken pieces, and get cash on the spot. The price of gold is now around $4,400 an ounce, so there's never been a better time to sell. No appointments, no fees, no pressure. Just friendly professional buyers with over 35 years in the business. Go to the Estates Roadshow, Monday through Friday at the Chestnut Hill Hotel, Warrington at the Hampton Inn, or in Thoroughfare at the Best Western. Get some cash in your hands today to help pay those holiday bills at the Estates Roadshow. For more info, visit estatesroadshow.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Ethos.
Samsung is doubling down on Google's artificial intelligence in its smartphones and tablets. The South Korean company tells Reuters that it's planning to double the number of its mobile devices powered by Google's Gemini AI in 2026 to about 800 million, from the 400 million it made in 2025. Search is the most used AI feature on Samsung smartphones, followed by AI editing. I'm Jason Brooks.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-959-3388. That's 800-959-3388.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Broadcasting live from the Piazza Auto Group studios. Experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
CBS News Brief. President
Wednesday afternoon, 4:30, Tony Bruno.
Wednesday afternoon, Tony Bruno, Miss Robin with you. Thank you all for listening. Great reaction all over the internet today on the YouTube channel. We're not on our Twitter feed, are
Not
we?
yet.
We're going to get that.
But
We'll be back tomorrow. So
we're going to be back tomorrow, but
tomorrow from 3 to 6. And, just having fun. I mean, listen, we don't have any control over what the government does with our money. They just steal our money. By the way, Beach Chair is checking in, all the regulars, and we appreciate everybody checking in and following us. Just here having a good time, trying to bring you up to date what's going on. Meanwhile, let's go. Do we have phone calls?
No, but there's so many people that are listening, that are texting, and not just the YouTube chat, which is the fabulous. I think it's now like a combo mambo of Zioli Army and WPHT chatters and a lot of your followers who have for the longest time been known as the Bruno Mafia.
Yep, I had the Mafia. Again, the Mafia, I'm not a big mob. I told you, I hate all the mob movies because it makes Italians all look like thugs. And we're not all thugs.
No.
Just most of us are thugs. But even the Mafia doesn't exist anymore. All these guys, these punks, the younger guys, I don't want to mention Joey Merlino, but, the younger guys who couldn't even shoot straight. That's when the Mafia and the Cosa Nostra in Philadelphia went away for good, for the most part. These guys are too stupid to run a corrupt business. You know what I mean?
But the thing that I thought I love is that you've had the Bruno Mafia for years and years and years and years and years. And the fact that the Zioli Army is so much like the Bruno Mafia. And now they're joined as one big family. I love it.
We want to thank everybody. Again, we're here having fun. We're not curing cancer. We're not screaming at people who disagree with us. Think for yourself. That's all I've tried to do. And by the way, I'll get to some of the tweets too.
Yes,
and
and
the Twitter has been good. There's a few people on Twitter. Because
ignore them.
I am ignoring them. But I like when they come at me and don't even know who I am or what I do.
I know.
It's like, wait a minute. I give opinions just like you. You can have an opinion too. You don't have to agree with me, but because you disagree, don't be an animal. Don't prove what a moron you are. Just tell your friends that you're a moron. You know what I mean?
A lot of people are commenting on the show opens that I made.
Yes.
We played 2 different ones. We did a rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
We did the pop one, and I still have one hip hop that will be on the 3rd hour open. And I'm glad everybody likes it. I incorporated Matt and Justin into it.
Yes, exactly. This is all inclusive show here.
Yes, it is.
Except the drinks, they're separate. You got to buy your own. You know when they used to have the all-inclusive and drinks were included?
Yes.
Now when you go on a cruise ship, they don't.
No.
You got to pay extra for
You
it.
got to pay extra for that package.
That's an outrage.
Although,
yes.
if you are a heavy drinker and you pay for that package, it definitely pays.
I don't know. I'm not a heavy drinker, Robin. You know what I'm saying?
No, but when we went with our friends Kathy and Derek, here's a little lesson from Miss Robin. When you go on a cruise, and if you are not a heavy drinker, and somebody else is also maybe not quite a heavy drinker.
Mm-hmm.
Have one person buy the package, and then they can bring you drinks so that you don't have to pay for the whole package, because those drink packages are expensive. But then you get everything, because you get like the high-end cappuccino in the morning, and you get milkshakes, and you get all the alcoholic drinks that you want. And yeah, it's a good deal. Just a little lesson. Just a little lesson on how to cheat the system by Miss Robin.
Now, is that Roger King on the tweeters on the YouTube stream? Yes. I'm enjoying the Tony and Miss Robin. I hope you continue for something else. Anyway, we appreciate everybody. Vodka and Cranberry, my boy 91 Sixers.
And Kat.
Robin, they were saying Tony tweeted 342 times on Sunday. I wasn't tweeting. I was working on Sunday. I don't tweet 340 times, maybe 300. And by the way, Pete Buttigieg, another one of these clowns who had all these billions of dollars to go after racist roads, because he's running for president again.
Oh, absolutely.
You think Pete Buttigieg will get more than 5%? I can't wait for 2028 to see all of these failed Obama appointees, idiots like Pete Buttigieg, who got by billions of dollars and didn't build one bridge, one road, one internet, all of the things that he's worried about Trump going after the automaker. I guess he forgot his boss, who didn't even know who he was. He called him Booty Judge. Didn't Joe Biden call him
Booty Judge?
Booty Judge?
Booty Judge. Maybe he does judge some booty. Hey, we have a caller, Tony Bruno.
Let's go to the phones.
Jerry in Elmer.
Elmer?
Yes.
Elmer, New Jersey, I take it, right?
And he would like to talk about the defending the removal of ICE by Democrats.
Yeah. So should we delete? The Democrats right now are in a mess. I told you. AOC wants them to be completely, not AOC, what's her name? Somalian chick there.
Ilhan Omar.
Ilhan Omar says, we've got to eliminate. There's no cutting back. We must oust ICE. And then you got other Democrats who say, no. You notice now it just says, it doesn't say abolish ICE. It says ICE out. So now that you look at the slogans, you have to look at their little slogans, their pre-made little ICE out. Because if they say oust ICE and delete ICE, then they're basically admitting that they hate enforcement of our immigration laws, right? You're admitting that you don't want immigration laws enforced. The same people who didn't care when Joe Biden had the open borders are now worried about ICE. So now they're trying to get their progressive nutcases to come to the middle and just say ICE out. Well, instead of abolish ICE, completely destroy it.
Here's an interesting thought.
Yes.
So President Trump had Homeland Security terminate the temporary protected status for Somalians here in the United States. Right. which happened back in how long? I mean, it's like many, many years, like 17 years, right? Now, her family came over because of that temporary protection status.
Exactly.
Now,
and I have no problem with people fleeing war-torn countries. Except these people were brought. I mean, if you're a Somalian, right? And Somalia is not a climate like Minnesota.
No.
So you convince these people, we're going to take you and put you all over. We're going to put you in Minnesota and Dearborn, Michigan, places that they would never agree to go to voluntarily. And so what they tried to do, and listen, I understand this. They tried to change the voting base by bringing people in from all these different countries, putting them in different states. Some of the states were gray or purple or blue or red, and they tried to make sure that they got the next group of people to basically be indebted to the Democratic Party, produce a lot of children, and then replace not just white Americans, but black Americans and Americans who no longer serve the purpose of the Democratic Party, the relocation, the changing of not just the guard,
but of the population.
Exactly.
And I think that they also chose Minnesota for the fact that out of many states that they could have sent people to, Minnesotans are known to be the nicest. I mean, they are the most accepting, the most, I mean, they are just wonderfully nice, open-hearted people in general.
Exactly.
And so they're not going to put up a lot of like if they had maybe had all of these Somalians go someplace else and they were doing everything that they're doing that we're finding out, other people might not have been so lax and looked the other way. Minnesotans are like, oh,
they're great people. They live in that climate. They go ice. We want ice fishing. We want sledding in the.
They're just wonderful people.
It is. It's a great state,
know?
And they're great people. But they have the stooge, and Walz now, who should be in prison, is now running cover with all of this stuff going on with the protests. In the meantime, this guy should be in jail, not announcing that he's not running for his third term as the governor of Minnesota. If anybody who's not a politician in either party committed the fraud that he did, and Jacob Fry, the mayor there, they wouldn't be allowed to even be they would be in jail. They would be taken out and put into a meat wagon. You know what I'm saying?
I have a feeling that we will find out that there have been kickbacks. I'm not saying that I know for a fact that there is, but I would not be surprised that the one of the main reasons that Kamala Harris picked Walz was that
she knew that he had the grift, that Josh Shapiro was too Jewish, as they said. And then they bring in a guy that Tim Walz, who nobody had any idea who he was.
It wasn't even on anybody's radar.
Even the people in Minnesota didn't know who he was.
But I mean, to me, like when you look at the amount of money that went into her campaign, and you like, okay, where in the world did all of those millions like, I forget how many millions of dollars. Does anybody remember? Matt, do you remember? But there was so much. It was like 2 or 3 times the amount that Trump was spending. And you're like, where did this money come from? It wasn't all the George Soros and the $5.
There's a lot of these groups that are subversive. They want the governor, they want the president taken down. They want anarchy.
But you wonder if Walz says, hey, I can bring in money. Just saying.
Exactly. Of course, now you can see why.
Yeah.
We had that Somali cash thing going, the $9 billion. Remember, we knew this when this whole bunch of people who were in Somalia somehow got access to $500 million of tax money during the COVID, when the COVID money was going out and people found ways to scam it. And listen, people always try to find ways to scam the government. I'd love to be able to scam the government. Now you got the SNAP benefits thing where they have people running these machines in different states, and it steals your number, and then these business people in these little bodegas, they get the money, they take the SNAP money, and then they give people cash.
Yep.
But they give you 10 cents on the dollar,
right.
So they can go buy their weed and fentanyl. You know what I mean? Meanwhile,
we were going to go to Elmer,
New Jersey.
Yeah, Jerry in Elmer.
Jerry, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for taking my call. Listen, I'm going to say something that nobody else is saying here. I think that they know that ICE is doing the right thing. It doesn't matter. They're already mission accomplished. They got 10 to 15 million Democratic voters in the country, and they are going to fight tooth and nail to keep every one of them in, including the worst of the worst. Can you imagine if they got every criminal out and then they started going after people who weren't criminals? This is what the play is.
But they're claiming
serious.
the people like Walz and all these other stupid politicians are claiming that they're just arresting innocent people who have no criminal records. And that's nonsense. They had the kid taken out the other day. It was like a young kid with a T-shirt and sneakers, and he was handcuffed. Yeah. And then there's like 50 protesters trying to engage cops.
Yeah,
trying to engage and they're doing their jobs. That's the thing that bothers me the most. They're doing their jobs,
no.
and these I'm surprised more of these people haven't been absolutely. There's not enough pepper spray. I would need a cannon. I would need one of those gigantic trucks with like 50,000-gallon trucks, and I would be spraying them and then spraying them again.
If you read Andy No's book about Antifa, that's the other thing. Those people get pepper sprayed and they run right towards the camera.
Oh, yeah.
It's
absolutely.
Orchestrated. And they're floppers. They're called floppers. People just throw themselves on the ground. One kid did a forward
It's like
roll.
LeBron James. They learned it from the NBA. I think LeBron James has now taught all these people how to take a dive because nobody dives more than LeBron James.
Soccer players are right up there.
No, but that's different. They get tripped but they act like they're dead.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
But these people are not serious about ICE. They really don't care. They're just going to fight like hell to keep the 15 million Democratic voters in this country.
Exactly right.
We're in trouble.
And they don't care about the poor woman who died. You think they care about this woman who died?
Well, that's the other thing I'm convinced about is that as far as Democratic politicians are concerned, and some Republican, they're not off the hook.
No, the Republicans are scumbags too.
I believe 100% that they don't actually care about the people. That anybody getting hurt for them is just collateral damage to get their point across. They were so deep down inside when Renee Good was shot, because the officer was protecting himself or trying to. But when this happened, they had a little cheer inside their head. They're like, woohoo,
yep,
this is exactly
again,
what we need to be able to get our message out, because they don't care. Renee Good was collateral damage for their cause.
Yep.
It was mission accomplished. They're going to fight like hell, and right or wrong does not matter. They've got their voters in this country. Donald Trump's job is to make sure that these 10 million people don't vote, or we'll never win again.
But we've already seen there was a court ruling about Oregon. Did you see that? That some of the votes in Oregon were 800,000 people voted illegally, and they don't want voter ID, right? I mean, just look at the things that the Democrats oppose: voter ID. But you have to have ID for everything else. But somehow, and they blame African Americans who they claim don't have access to ID.
That's an
insult to anybody. I mean, people just come into this country and understand how you have to have an ID to get into the country on an airplane. So how is it hard for people to get an ID? How can they live without any kind of ID?
These are people who looked right at the camera and said the border is secure.
Oh, yeah. And none of them are in jail. None of them have ever. That Mayorkas guy, he should be under a prison, under Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah. So again, this whole thing with ICE, it's a distraction. They're going to go crazy on this. They want those 10 million people who don't have a record staying and voting in the country.
Right.
We got problems. Thank you.
Yeah, they shouldn't even. If you're not a citizen, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. Now you can vote in local elections, like people who have been here a long time, and that's what they get. They get the option because they live in these communities.
Honestly,
they work in the communities.
Honestly, I don't think if you're not a citizen, even if you've lived here for 10 years, 15 years, and you're here on a green card or whatever, and you've lived it, I don't think you should be able to vote for local elections either. It should be
But the
Only for
argument is that
citizens.
they lurk in the community, they pay taxes in the community,
I know.
so therefore they should vote. I don't have a problem with that
But
if they
like-
have ID.
But even if I go to a different country, if I'm not a citizen, you can't even vote anywhere else in local elections. It should be across the board. You cannot vote if you are not a citizen of the United States.
People are voting without ID, Robin.
I know
And you
they
look
are.
at the states who don't want voter ID.
Mhm.
They're the same sanctuary states, and you don't even need to be a political scientist to see what's going on here. We're coming right back. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Good stuff. You know what I mean?
When we come back, we have a cut that we're going to play regarding
We're going into the cut sheet.
Socialist Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson has something, and we'll play that when we come back from the break.
All right. Tony Bruno, Miss Robin, afternoons on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto-pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hi, this is Dom Giordano. Are you ready to make this the year you truly feel better? Start with your health. Rescue Natural Supplements has been helping people support heart health, cholesterol, digestion, weight management, energy levels, and more targeted wellness goals for over 40 years using high-quality, research-backed ingredients that your body can trust. And right now, Rescue is celebrating with their New Year's savings. Save 40% when you buy any 4 single bottles of Rescue supplements with the code NEWYEAR40, New Year 40. Try their popular Rescue 1250 Omega-3 for heart and brain health, Probiotic for better digestion, or Oracine for more consistent all-natural energy. Whatever your health goals, Rescue has you covered. To mix and match 4 or more bottles and get 40% off, just go to res-q.com or call a Rescue product consultant, 800-26-ALIVE, 800-262-5483, or online at res-q.com. Use that code NEWYEAR40.
Ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically present in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. T&Cs apply.
Julia owed the IRS thousands.
I was paralyzed with fear.
Then
I heard a commercial for Optima Tax Relief.
Optima Tax Relief is the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and experts in the Fresh Start Initiative.
Optima Tax Relief settled my IRS tax bill.
Call Optima now for a free consultation.
It was amazing.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Visit OptimaTaxRelief.com for details.
When you need to know, depend on KYW News Radio 1039 FM.
Philadelphia's Federal Reserve president gives a mixed outlook on the 2026 economy. Ranger Suarez is reportedly headed to the Boston Red Sox, and the Pennsylvania Horticultural Society gives a glimpse into what's blooming at this year's flower show.
Get the latest anytime on KYW News Radio. Now on Crystal Clear 103.9 FM.
You've never needed us more.
It's the last call for clearance at Lazy Boy. We are clearing everything out store-wide. Get 2 great chairs for one low price, plus up to 50% off clearance. All the comfiest Lazy Boy furniture is all on sale during the last call for clearance. Get our best offers on your favorite Lazy Boy furniture. Hurry, deals like these won't last. Lazy Boy, long live the lazy. Discount applies to select floor models, discontinued items, overstocks, and clearance. Excludes advertised items and select styles. See store for details.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
You can now tune in to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
Tony.
I keep turning my mic off, Robin.
I know.
I'm not used to doing that, but I can do it. I've done it before. Tony Bruno, Miss Robin in here on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. It's going to get cold down here in Florida. You realize it's going to be in the 30s tomorrow night? I may have to turn the heater on and turn the air conditioning off.
First time this year. Speaking of cold, I don't want to.
We're going to talk ice again, Robin?
No,
Not that kind of cold.
I don't want to go really deep into this because it is
deep dives, right? You don't like deep dives?
It is heartbreaking about what's going on in Iran right now, and there's so many stories.
And this isn't fake news. You can there are videos of people being killed in the streets.
So there were people. So the protesters, they think that there were anywhere from 1,000 to 12,000 people shot during the protests. People were arrested, and several high-profile people, journalists, people that had been posting things to the West, trying to bring light to everything, were not shot, but they were arrested. And then the public executions started today.
Mm-hmm. But those ICE agents, man, they're really, really bad.
Now, I want to two things. One was a post by Richard Gunnell. He is a gay
He's been one of Trump's backers for years.
And he was an ambassador. He's an amazing man. And he wrote this on Twitter, on X. I help sneak gays and lesbians out of Iran. And for the first time ever, someone has said, I want to wait just a bit, just to see what's happening. There is real hope coming from the inside. I don't think you can stop now, which is very true. And it's amazing that people have hope, even knowing what's happening. Here is a photograph, Matt. I just sent it to you. It's being posted by another protester showing Majid Kavusafar. He is an Iranian national hero. He was killed today by the Islamic Republic.
Now, has this been verified, this photograph?
Yes.
Okay.
He faced the gallows, and he made sure he had a smile on his face. It was captured in history, and it remains a symbol of unyielding courage for many. Say his name, Majid Kavusafar. This is the kind of hero and the kind of protesters, and these people here in the United States have absolutely no freaking clue as to what true oppression means. And here these guys are, they're fighting with their lives. He knows that, he has a noose around his head, and he is smiling because he knows for the first time in more than 20 years, Iran has hope.
Well, hope, once they get this regime out of there. Now, I know the Shah of Iran's son, who was exiled here since 78, when Jimmy Carter basically destroyed everything in Iran. And the Iranian people, I know a lot of Iran. I've met a lot of Iranian people. They just want to live civilized existences. And ever since the Shah was overthrown because Jimmy Carter was the worst president until Joe Biden came along and destroyed everything and had our hostages taken and killed by the regime, it hasn't been the same since 1978.
Well, the difference is that a lot of people think that Iran, everybody in Iran is or was Muslim, that they followed Islam, which is not true. Most of Iran was practiced Zoroastrianism. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Zoroastrianism, and it is the Islam overtake of their country changed the entire everything for them, because they had to practice Zoroastrianism in secret. The women suddenly weren't free to do. Iran was a totally different country.
You look at the photographs from the 70s of all of these countries where people were free.
Mm-hmm.
They were democracies.
Yeah. And the sad thing, here's the irony. If you want to look at this, guess who was the number one protester who first started protesting and were protesting the loudest against the Shah, that helped the Iranian, the Islam overtake of Iran? It was young women. It was young college women that were the anarchists that went against the Shah because they thought the promise that Islam could give them was something better, and they believed it and they fought for it. And if you talk to those same women, if they're alive, the same women today, they totally admit it. There's books been written about these women who say we were wrong. And yet what's happening in the United States? Who's on the forefront? These anarchists. It is women again.
Well, they're all fat, big, white, liberal women. Let's just make sure we don't mischaracterize. The women you see in Minnesota are absolutely psychopaths, and you can see it in their faces. They're deranged. There's a lot of angry people out there. I get angry sometimes, but not that angry. We'll take a break. We're coming back. The 5 o'clock hour. Up ahead, more of your calls. The phone lines are open right now. 855-839-1210. Matt DeSantis, Justin Otero at the Wheels of Steel. It's Tony and Miss Robin.
And when we come back, the third open hip hop style.
We're gonna crank it up. Give me some old school for the old fools on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Hey, Dawn Stensland here, introducing the all-new 2026 Honda Prelude Hybrid, redesigned with cutting-edge hybrid performance and head-turning style. Coming soon to a Piazza Honda dealer near you. Discover Honda's complete hybrid lineup while you're there, including the popular Accord, Civic, or CR-V, with financing as low as 3.49% for 60 months. Piazza Honda in Philadelphia, Springfield, Langhorne, Pottstown, or Reading. PiazzaHonda.com. Tell them Dawn sent you. Hey, Dawn Stensland here. Kick off your new year on a high note with a new certified or pre-owned vehicle from my friends at the Piazza Auto Group. Did you know Piazza carries more than 3,500 new vehicles and 1,600 pre-owned vehicles at any given time, like Honda, Acura, Mazda, Hyundai, and Volkswagen, plus pretty much any other brand that you can think of. Now that's selection. Visit PiazzaAutogroup.com, search Piazza's new and pre-owned inventory, or to find a dealer nearest you. Make sure you tell them Dawn sent you.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Mike.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
When you need to know, depend on KYW News Radio 103.9 FM.
Philadelphia's Federal Reserve president gives a mixed outlook on the 2026 economy. Ranger Suarez is reportedly headed to the Boston Red Sox, and the Pennsylvania Horticultural Society gives a glimpse into what's blooming at this year's flower show.
Get the latest anytime on KYW News Radio. Now on Crystal Clear 103.9 FM.
You've never needed us more.
Hi, this is Dom Giordano. Are you ready to make this the year you truly feel better? Start with your health. Rescue Natural Supplements has been helping people support heart health, cholesterol, digestion, weight management, energy levels, and more targeted wellness goals for over 40 years, using high-quality, research-backed ingredients that your body can trust. And right now, Rescue is celebrating with their New Year's savings. Save 40% when you buy any 4 single bottles of Rescue supplements with the code NEWYEAR40. New Year 40. Try their popular Rescue 1250 Omega-3 for heart and brain health, Probiotic for better digestion, or Orosine for more consistent all-natural energy. Whatever your health goals, Rescue has you covered. To mix and match 4 or more bottles and get 40% off, just go to res-q.com or call a Rescue product consultant, 800-26-ALIVE, 800-262-5483, or online at res-q.com. Use that code NEWYEAR40.
WPHT, HD, WOGL HD3, Philadelphia. From the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Now, The Drive at 5. 30 minutes of nonstop talk from Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Philly, afternoon fire incoming.
Yeah.
1210 WPHT.
Bounce with me, bounce.
Let's go. Come on. Rolling in the Philly on the airwaves hot. Tony Bruno's leading the charge, giving all he's got. Miss Rob is right there, keeping it sharp and true. No script, no safe space, just straight talk coming through. From Eagles heartbreak to the latest DC mess, we cut through the noise. No time for less. Maps loaded with knowledge, dropping facts like rain. Justin on the rails, keeping this train on the main. Crank it loud, crank it loud. Tony Bruno, Miss Rob. 3 to 6 on WPHT, we're storming the town. Matt bringing good knowledge, Justin keeping us on track. No filter, no mercy. Philly fight back. Turn it up, feel the heat rise. Tony Bruno, all true, no disguise. Yeah, let's go. Now dropping wisdom, Justin holding the line. Crew's locked in, it's showtime. Crank it loud. Tony and Robin, now it's flying, never stopping. 1210 WPHT, afternoons ablaze. Watch us on YouTube, welcome to the craze. Whoa, it's Tony Bruno, hit it. 1210 WPHT, you're live.
Yeah, this is great. This is great.
Thank you. I have so much fun. I have way too much fun with this app.
I know.
Suddenly I'm a musician.
At least you're not a poet like that poor woman who was writing poems, and then all of a sudden,
I've been known to write some poetry in my past.
Did you do any Def Jam poetry, Robin?
No. I'm
so white.
I am so white.
Meanwhile, it is the 5 o'clock hour now. Matt DeSantis, a guy that everybody knows and loves. You know what I'm saying? And the great Justin, is it Justin Otero or Justin the Otero?
I think
I'm getting conflicting reports.
I think according to Road Warrior, it's the Justin Otero.
The Justin Otero. Because I don't want to, I don't want to misgender anybody here. Does Justin have preferred pronouns?
Not in the slightest.
Now, Tony, you said that
Yes.
I am so white, which you are absolutely correct about. But our very good friend Heather,
yes,
who is not white, she and her girlfriends were over here
Yep.
at the house the other night.
Exactly.
And they were very impressed with me because we just gotten married.
Mhm.
They were over here. We decided to have a drink with everybody. And
I couldn't drink.
you could not drink, but they were very impressed that I was able to say from The Color Purple, as married now.
Well,
And I
exactly. Well, everybody saw that movie, Robin.
yeah, well, but they were impressed that I
That makes you
I said-
that makes you hip
Yes,
and trendy now.
I had street cred.
As married.
As married now. I had street cred, so there. Now, we teased it before the break. We have a clip, cut 9, because we were talking about who should be allowed to vote. And Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson has an opinion on that.
Oh, she's the best. I mean, just when you think the West Coast, California, Oregon, and Washington State weren't that crazy enough, they keep electing worse people every time they get rid of one bad one. They put another nut job in power. This woman, she's in Washington, right? Or is she in Oregon? I can't keep track of the whack
Seattle,
jobs.
Washington.
Seattle, Washington. Well, they throw fish around and it's a cool town and the weather
Portland
sucks.
one has the other.
Portland one has another
the
whack
weird
job.
name.
Yeah.
But this is Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson.
Let's go to the tape.
This is your city. And when I say that, I mean everyone. People who were born here in Seattle, people who came here from across the country and from across the world. Whatever the status of your immigration paperwork, this is your city. You deserve to be safe, to live a dignified life, and to have a say in your government.
Oh, yeah. This woman, had no credentials whatsoever. How did she get elected?
See, here's I think that it sounds nice what she's saying.
If you hadn't seen her before.
But if you're living somewhere and you've lived there for a while and you want to, everything that she's saying,
Of course,
sounds
she
nice
sounds
on paper.
sane there.
And it sounds nice on paper, but here's the problem. If you come from a different country and you still have allegiances to another country.
And there's nothing wrong. I have allegiances to Italy, but if I wanted to move there, I couldn't stay.
No, you couldn't vote. Unless you gave up your American citizenship and became an Italian citizen, then but if you have dual citizenship, or if you are here illegally or on a green card and you have no plans of becoming an American citizen, then why should you have a say in what happens to the future of this country?
Exactly. Now, if you become a citizen and do it the right way, the bottom line is that's what America is. That's where my family and many of the people who did the right thing through Rikers Island back then, where you passed the Statue of Liberty, and then you became a citizen the right way. And there are people still doing it every day, and we welcome those people. But if you just think you're going to barge into a country and then tell people who are born here and people who are in charge here that you're in charge now, you're not the captain now. Maybe you were when you were driving up to those ships and then they had to have machine gun people. Remember when the Somali pirates were taking over?
No, I think it's a double. It's so many things that are happening. They're telling the young people, the youth, that America is a bad country.
Yep.
That we should not have pride in the country that we are living in, which then lends itself to others who are coming over here to not respect. And there is a reason why people still want to come over here. They should also want to become citizens if they come over here. They should be so excited. And the people that are doing it the right way, that are coming over here legally, that are going through the system, you see them in their citizenship.
They're ecstatic to be here.
They're ecstatic. They know more through the people that come over and become American citizens. They go through the classes and learn about the government. They know more than most Americans about how our government works. And they are so excited. They are crying when they finally are able to become American citizens. That's the way it should be. And the fact that there is this narrative, this talk that America is a horrible country. No, you guys go travel some more, go to these other countries, and then think about how horrible this country is. It is not by any comparison.
Exactly. I mean, everybody knows. Listen, immigrants built this country. Immigrants from all over the world. Chinese immigrants came here and built the railroads.
Yep.
You have Italians who built the building. Go look at the construction. The Golden State, the Golden Gate Bridge. Look at that. That's majestic. That was built back when they had to do things by hand. Guys were hanging on metal, hanging over New York City, building the Empire State Building. These people weren't complaining. They didn't even have safety equipment back then. They didn't have the technology, or the absolute laser perfection of everything that's built today. Things change and things get better. But the people who built those things in the past, the absolute modern marvels of the world, not the natural wonders of the world, the modern marvel, the Golden Gate Bridge, the Empire State Building, the Statue of Liberty, which was built in France and then brought over by a French dude who was selling baguettes after he stuck it in the middle of the river.
I mean, honestly, when you look at some of these buildings or monuments that were built over 100 years ago, and you realize the technology, like they did things by hand without computer. They did things on paper and calculated it, and those are still standing today, and sometimes they're standing better than modern day buildings. You think, wow.
I know.
It's
just amazing to watch.
I know.
And obviously the natural wonders are amazing. But when you look at the things that people built in this country, many of them immigrants who came here, and they were looking for jobs running the markets, the Italian market in South Philly, where the Italians came over, and these people integrated into neighborhoods. And now we got people who just want to, they come to the country, and I get it. Irish people lived in Irish neighborhoods. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But when you have people who think they're above Americans, and when they're not even legally in the country, that's the stuff that pisses off most Americans.
Well, I don't think that there's anything wrong with being proud of your ancestry.
No, not at all.
I'm proud that I have an Irish and Dutch ancestry.
Yep.
I'm very proud of that. I'm proud that I spent time there, and I've done my heritage, looking it up and seeing all the way. I can trace on my mom's side all the way back to the Mayflower and then some. So, I mean, I'm proud of that.
Not the Mayflower Madam. No relation there?
No.
Okay.
Although, if we need to earn a little extra money, I can pick that back up again. But I just don't, especially if you are a politician, like, I don't think that any politician should be if you are in the government, you absolutely should not have dual citizenship. You shouldn't have any of.
No, I don't have a problem with that.
No,
Robin.
I do. I think that it's wrong. I think that if you were gonna be representing the United States, you should be proud of the fact that you were
Marco Rubio was from Cuba.
Yeah, I know, but he doesn't have dual citizenship.
Well, he's going to be the president of Cuba, or he's going every day he gets a new job. The greatest meme work is now on Marco Rubio. We have one of him with a Fight Club shirt on. Did we send that to you, Matt?
We did.
So I'm sure it wasn't one of our listeners, but Marco Rubio is sitting in a shirt that says Fight Club, and he has a black eye. And there it is right there. If you're watching us on YouTube, there's Marco Rubio, proud member of the Fight Club, which you hear every morning on Kale and Company at 9:15ish.
There are several people on X who have done a compilation of all the different Marco Rubio
they are
memes,
hilarious.
and they are hysterical.
It's like every hour there's a new Marco Rubio meme.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Matt just pointed out that the mayor of Seattle, the Seattle mayor, Katie Wilson, so her parents, she was living at home at age 43. Her parents had been paying her bills since she was in college, since she was a high school age. Before coming mayor, Wilson worked a series of odd jobs, including a barista.
Well, who hasn't?
A boatyard worker, apartment manager, lab technician, baker, construction worker, and legal assistant, despite having attended Oxford University. Wilson's husband is voluntarily unemployed and spends his time at home as an aspiring baker.
Baker.
They met protesting in the mid-2000s. Oh, what a lovely love story. She's had more odd jobs than I have. That's amazing. And now
listen,
she's
God
the mayor
bless
of
her.
Seattle.
Listen, that's as I said, people want to vote for the people. That's who they get. That's who they elect, and that's what they get. I hope the people of Seattle are happy. I don't want these people to find out that their elected officials are nutcases. Mom Dami, the guy's doing bits crying with Miss Rachel.
Yeah.
This guy's only been in office 2 weeks, and now he's just doing like photo ops every day. You know what I'm saying? Rubio, I don't think Rubio is going to become president, but you have to say Marco Rubio has been, when you look at the guy, and he ran against Trump, and Trump called him Little Marco and all this other stuff, but that's what he did with everybody. But now you got the Pete Buttigieg's of the world who squandered billions of dollars and didn't do squat with any of it to fix infrastructure or anything else. Now he's out there trashing Trump, thinking that he too has a chance to become the president of the United States. And I can't wait till they all go up against each other and have to call each other names. You want to talk about freakouts? I can't wait to see that. I hope I'm alive for that, Robin. I hope I'm alive tomorrow. That's all. Now, are we going commercial free on this 5 o'clock hour?
I don't think so.
Matt DeSantis?
Oh, we
See?
are? Oh.
That was what it said at the beginning of the hour. So it's always commercial free?
Well, it is for now. Until
you can take like the first 30 minutes commercial free.
Let's go. Okay, so it's first 30 minutes commercial. You're not getting that anywhere else. You're not getting any of those Balance of Nature ads or all the ads for all the drugs for Crohn's disease and, Qulipta and
Tremfya,
which I'll be getting my next infusion soon. We may go live to the infusion room when I get something stuck in my arm for my second of 3 consecutive monthly infusions.
Yes.
It's a slow drip. It's a slow drip.
But, okay, so I'm the first one to admit, you watch these commercials for all these pharmaceuticals.
That's all there are on TV.
It seems like every other one. And you hear at the end all the side effects, and you're like, oh my gosh, who would want to ever try one of those? Well, let me tell you, Tony's one of them because he ended up in the hospital and lost a lot of blood, and I won't go into all the details. And this was his only option to get better.
Yep.
And wow, I am now a believer. The side effects, he didn't have any, thank God. And he went from 0 to
55. I'm not up to 75 yet, or
not
90
yet.
or 100.
Well, but you're not back to 100%, but you're probably what, 85%?
But not like, for example, again, we're not breaking bricks, we're not digging ditches, we're not building buildings. Although we helped build this building that we're in now. We're waiting for the final approval.
But I mean, I am grateful for that crazy drug that you're tired
Absolutely.
of listening to on TV because you are here because of it. So thank you.
No, I agree. Then that's why they say I don't ask my doctor. My doctor's supposed to tell me what medications I should use. And they did. And that's all you want. But when you watch TV and it's endless commercials, and they always say, ask your doctor if this is right for you. Why? There's so many. I'm going to ask him, hey, doc, I saw this, Skyrizi, Tremfya, and you watch it. And then one of the funniest ones, we have to tape most of these now, get these disclaimers. Mm-hmm. One had death, not even at the end.
Yes, like a bit the beginning.
Allergic reaction. If you're allergic to this, don't take it. And some of the side effects include nausea, diarrhea, death. And that death is not even the worst one. There's one. How can death not be the worst side effect?
Yeah, you'd think that would be the worst, but I mean, I guess you could. Well, anyway,
if it's not a drug commercial, seriously, if you're watching TV, it's either a drug commercial or a nutrition commercial. Take this A20, A30. It's supplements. And by the way, now I need to get a kidney. You need an entire medicine cabinet to get your liver taken care of, to get your brain taken care of. You notice all the nutrients and nutritional supplements you have to take now?
Well,
do I have to do a liver cleanse now, Robin?
Well, one of the reasons why all of us have these issues is because our food has been, the nutrients have been leached out of it by a lot of the modifications. You will hear this a lot from me. If you go to Europe, and you eat the exact same foods that you were eating over here, it'll be healthier. You will not gain as much weight. You can eat more of it. It tastes better. And we need to get back to that. Europe, somehow or another, with all of its faults, has kept a handle on modified foods. And I wish the United States, and I'm glad that RFK Jr. is doing his hand at trying to help us get healthier, because the food manufacturers here in the United States have done a horrible job. They've gone cheap. They've gone to things that make you addicted to the stuff rather than, and a lot of the nutrients have been leached out of it, and we need to get back to healthier food.
Exactly. And by the way, now watch the Democrats who always vote one way, as opposed to John Fetterman, who actually thinks through things and is not just rubber stamps everything.
Wild.
You see what he said today? Now, one of the announcements made by Trump and the doctors and RFK were talking about whole milk will now be put in the children's lunch programs. And, people used to say, whole milk is bad for you. You got to go skim milk. And I'd rather drink water and put some powder in it than drink skim milk.
No, well,
what's the reason for that?
Well, because the fat content in milk, because there was
Yeah,
that
but it
whole
used to change. Coffee used to be bad. Then it's
I
good.
know.
Then milk used to be bad. And then eggs were bad. And then all this other stuff was bad.
It's not. Well, they turned the entire food pyramid upside down.
I know.
Which we've known for quite some time that food pyramid was wrong. So it's
not wrong. It changes. Things are good for you one decade, and then they're bad for you the next decade. And we all know that.
You just follow the money, Tony. Follow the money.
But so John Fetterman today was talking about, this is great news for the Pennsylvania Farm Show, which I believe is going on now. And so if you're a farmer, especially if you're a milk farmer, a farmer who has cattle not cattle, but milk, what do they call? Herefords, whatever the milk cows are. The ones that you grab the titties and you pull them down and you can see.
I think there's a lot of different, but you're talking about the Jersey cows?
Yeah, the Jerseys, that's right. Not the Phil Murphys, they're the drunk ones.
A heifer is also a cow, but that's a slight different way.
I saw a lot of heifers in Minnesota, and they were bigger than cows, and nobody wants to milk those. Nobody.
That's right. We do still have time if anybody wants to call in, 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. We sort of talked about this just a little bit about what China was doing because they were influencing what's going on here in the United States. The very wealthy people and the Chinese Communist Party have been proven to be trying to assist anarchy here in the United States because that helps their cause, right? Well, one of the other things that they're doing is that they keep a very hard line on what their people, what their population, the Chinese people are allowed to see.
Right.
They don't have a free internet. They don't have free news information. It is being controlled by the CCP. Well, one of the things that they're doing, because a lot of people through word of mouth have been talking about, America, America, America. They do have American basketball is a big deal in China, and other things. So they, just to keep their people in check.
Right.
So that their people don't have too much of a dream of what America is like. They have now been advertising and promoting that there is a problem in the United States with poverty. And guess what they are showing? One of the things that they show constantly.
The women in Minnesota?
No.
Who are obese?
One of the things when they're talking about that America isn't actually as good as everybody says it is, and here's proof, they are showing that America has a really high poverty content, and they show Kensington. They show videos of Kensington and all the drug use as if that was caused only by poverty and the people that are sleeping out on the streets and all this stuff. And they're using Kensington as the promo of this.
Yeah, no, there was this one guy who was a far left thing who pretends that he's moderate, and he was basically blaming President Trump for people on the streets. And he posted a picture of Philadelphia's Kensington neighborhood in the summertime because it wasn't a picture recently. And so he posts this and says, oh, Donald Trump's really taking care of the drug problem. Like Donald Trump goes to Kensington and allows people to get drugs that they hand out to these people. They tried to do it in South Philly, and we stopped them because Ed Rendell and all these other people want to put these safe injection sites all over the city in neighborhoods where there's kids. And the problem in Kensington has nothing to do with Washington. It has to do with the people who have been in charge of Philly for 73 consecutive years. So, now we have another story that's breaking. This happened just an hour ago. Greg Price, who's a local Philly guy, he's on Twitter. You can follow him at Greg_Price11. And he has this story about the Bucks County, Pennsylvania sheriff, Danny Seisler, Ceisler, just announced today that he terminated the county's 287G partnership with ICE that allows local law enforcement to work with the feds to detain and deport criminal illegal aliens because it makes illegals scared. This clown was just elected last November, when he defeated a Republican incumbent in a county that voted for President Trump in the 2024 election. This is what happens when Republicans don't turn out. They put in this scumbag, Democrat, who now hates ICE. And he's going to now not cooperate with ICE in Bucks County. Shame on you, Bucks County. Hopefully this guy, and I don't want anybody in Bucks County to be hurt, but this scumbag is going to have people get hurt. He's going to get the radical nutcases out there in Bucks County who voted for this guy to go out there and now hate on ICE.
Wow.
How can any county in Pennsylvania say that ICE should not cooperate with ICE? I hope this guy I hope people go to his house. You know how they're going to these houses and going after, they're doxing ICE agents and giving their addresses. I want everybody to have this guy, Danny Seisler's address, and I want you to go to his house 24/7, bring whistles, bring horns, and keep this guy up all night. If I were there, I would go to his house tonight, and I'd bring whistles, I'd bring bullhorns, I'd bring gigantic lights, and I would keep him up all night until he comes to his senses. This is the kind of scumbags that are being elected, pretending that they care about the citizens they represent.
They don't care. They have an agenda. And I think that some of them are even brainwashed to thinking that they're doing the right thing, because I don't think that all of them are so nefarious. But they're wrong. They're wrong. They're absolutely wrong. And Matt, you were just writing to me. Apparently, the New York Times, this is going back to the China thing. Mm-hmm. The New York Times has noted that China was using images from Halloween, claiming that kids in America needed to go door to door to beg for food.
Yep.
That's what they were doing, and it was because they were poor. Now, just to keep things in perspective, China's per capita GDP is $13,000. America's is $82,000.
Yep.
40% of China's population earns less than $1,700 per year. So they are really trying to keep their story and their narrative in check by claiming and showing all these photographs, saying that somehow or another it's because America is actually poor.
Yeah, I guess, and this is propaganda, and all these countries do it.
Absolutely, it's propaganda.
I mean, our CIA puts out propaganda, and all these. But here's another one. This is another story. Sejong Academy, a taxpayer-funded charter school in Minnesota, switched to online learning so illegal alien students and teachers can stay home. They also posted a video guiding illegals on how to evade ICE. And harboring fugitives is a crime. So this school. But you know that Mayor Fry and Tim Walz, they're not going to go after this people. They're not going after them. They have online learning on today, the 14th, January 15th, online learning, Friday the 16th, no school, staff professional development day. This is what they're doing to evade, to break the law and harboring fugitives. These people should be shut down. There's no place for scum like this educating our kids. We're coming right back. It's the 5 o'clock hour. It's Tony and Miss Robin on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Calling on Huntington Valley to follow Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the free Odyssey app. Download it today.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-207-4545. That's 800-207-4545. Once again, that's 800-207-4545.
This is the energy of the Acura RDX. The energy of performance and adventure. With super handling all-wheel drive. The Acura RDX. This is the energy of innovation. Acura. Precision crafted performance.
Visit Piazza Acura of Ardmore, Reading, or Westchester for a test drive today.
The most important part of your financial future is the firm you choose. You see, all financial firms are not the same. Traditional firms that sell securities can't guarantee income and are vulnerable to bankruptcies, market losses, capital gains taxes, and ongoing fees. But the exclusive crash-proof retirement system continues to protect over 6,000 clients from market losses and bankruptcies, and provides guaranteed tax-favored income with the potential for double-digit interest returns with no fees whatsoever. Our one-of-a-kind proprietary system continues to protect billions of dollars in assets. Are you in or near retirement? There's only one crash-proof retirement for the American retiree. Schedule an appointment or register for our next event at the William Penn Inn on February 17th, 800-722-9728 or crashproofretirement.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto-pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Newsmax, you like Newsmax. I like it too. Newsmax has been terrific.
President Trump is right. Millions like you are tuning into Newsmax. You're watching Newsmax on cable. You're going to our streaming channel, Newsmax 2, and you're downloading our free Newsmax app on your smartphones and TVs. Reuters Institute says we're now one of the top news brands in the nation. Every night, watch great shows with Rob Schmidt, Carl Higbie, Rob Finnerty, and more as they expose the big media lies, the Washington swamp, and they're never afraid to talk about faith, freedom, and the values that made us great. Find out why Newsmax is the fastest-growing news channel in America. Make the switch today and join our news revolution. Get Newsmax on cable, on streaming, and download the free app today. It takes just seconds to start. Let President Trump know you stand with Newsmax. It's for real news, for real people. Make the switch today.
Searching for a new path to wellness. Dr. Molly Fantasia explains how medical hydration therapy can help you reclaim your energy. Listen to Health Watch, Sunday mornings at 8 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Gold is now over $4,400 an ounce. Need cash to help pay holiday bills? Go to the Estates Roadshow Monday through Friday and get cash in your hands. Gold and silver, old rings, chains, and even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold is hot by going to the Estates Roadshow. 3 locations this week: Chestnut Hill, Warrington, and Thoroughfare. Bring your gold, silver, coins, diamonds, and watches, even broken pieces, and get cash on the spot. The price of gold is now around $4,400 an ounce, so there's never been a better time to sell. No appointments, no fees, no pressure. Just friendly professional buyers with over 35 years in the business. Go to the Estates Roadshow, Monday through Friday at the Chestnut Hill Hotel, Warrington at the Hampton Inn, or in Thoroughfare at the Best Western. Get some cash in your hands today to help pay those holiday bills at the Estates Roadshow. For more info, visit estatesroadshow.com.
Now back to the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
This is Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
Purple haze, baby. Not Willie Mays haze. All of a sudden now, Kathy Hochul wants to scale up to 5 gigawatts of nuclear power, more than is built anywhere in the U.S. in the last 30 years. I thought she hated nuclear power. I thought she wanted windmills and solar panels. And I don't have a problem with windmills and solar panels. She also wanted to ban 3D printers. Did you hear that, her State of the State address?
Yes, I was.
You know why Kathy Hochul, the witch in New York, the wicked witch of the West Side, every time she said, because we have to ban 3D printers because so many people are using them to make illegal guns. Imagine that. Because that's the only reason people buy 3D printers. Let's go to Joseph Ricciani, who I believe is a fellow Italo-American, who joins us right now. Joe, how are you, buddy?
Good, Tony and Miss Robin, and congratulations on your nuptials.
Thank you. But, you know, we're way past the what do you call it, Robin?
The honeymoon?
The honeymoon period, yes.
Wait, we had one?
Guys, you can make. Come on. You can make a honeymoon every night of the week.
We went out to Arby's, and I got her the Market Fresh sandwich. What else can she get?
I mean, it was so romantic. No, you know what? I mean, the marriage was so last minute. Like, you would have thought I was pregnant. It was so last minute.
And I am not the father.
It was not. And we do, like, in my mind, I am saying that, yeah, we got married, but it wasn't real because we still want to do the actual ceremony. Like, we want to.
I didn't have a shotgun, but I did bring my AR to the courthouse just in case.
We want to do the ceremony with friends and family, and our adopted son Luigi. He actually got his what do you call it?
Ministry. Yeah. I'm an ordained minister too.
He became ordained just so that he could do the ceremony. So we still want to do that. And we're going to invite friends and family, and we're going to make it a big deal. But so yes, we got married, but I'm like, my brain is sort of like separating it. I'm like, nah, that didn't really happen.
Well, just like every day you have a chance to make or break somebody's day. Like I tell my kids, you can open the door for somebody at Wawa, or you can rush in before them. You have every day to make a memory. So
exactly,
it's not the end of
I
the
always
world.
open the door. I always open the door. How else am I going to get in?
And you even hold the door open for me every now and then.
I hold the door open for schifozos who I shouldn't even hold the door open for.
Well, you're an occasional gentleman.
Yes. Occasional gentleman. I like that. That's a great moniker. Tony Bruno, the occasional gentleman. Now, Joe, your mother had an experience, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she bore him. Right, Joe?
Other than that, there was another experience that had something to tie in with China.
I knew I wasn't going to get a word in edgewise, but I'll give it a shot.
No, go ahead.
My mom was a longtime superintendent of elections in Mercer County, Trenton area, and she knew it. She was put on a goodwill tour to teach the Chinese people the election process, and she said it because she was wise beyond her years. She said, "I'm going there for posterity, but I'm still going to get my word in edgewise." And these Chinese residents aren't as ignorant or sequestered as we think they are. Right. They know what's going on. And I'm basically referencing the Kensington thing. I don't think they're buying into the Kensington thing as being like mid-America, because when she went out there, she told them how we do our election process, and they understood, they agreed, they shook their heads, and when it was their turn to speak, they looked at my mom and said, "This is great, but we will never have this here. We understand what's going on in your country, but we will never have this here."
No, I totally get that, because the people who are posting that stuff showing Kensington and Philadelphia as an example of what Donald Trump is doing, and people actually buy into that. That's the thing. I get people who do parody accounts, put parody on there, but these aren't parody accounts. These are people who are just anarchists who will do anything they can to try to blame Trump for things Trump has. Listen, when Trump does bad stuff, I'll rip him too. But to claim that Trump is responsible for people on the streets of Kensington looking like zombies, and oh, by the way, in the streets in the summertime, whenever, when they show all those people are just crawling all over the place, and just sad reality.
I agree with you, Joe. I think that most of the Chinese people are more aware of the outside world than the CCP wants them to be. Unlike North Korea, where I think North Koreans are truly that. Most of them. I mean, there's outliers, but North Korea is probably the worst.
And guys, anybody who knows anything, I mean, we were making jokes at Kensington back in the early 90s. So
exactly. And it's not a joke. Living in South Philly, I remember when the South Philly mom and all the other people, when Ed Rendell and all the other people were trying to get a right where St. Agnes Hospital is, right at Broad and Mifflin.
Yeah, Jim
they were
Kenney
trying to open.
And Ed Rendell.
They were trying to open a safe injection spot right there. And when the neighborhood found out, they were going to try to ram this right through. And there's all kids there. There's schools right near there, and there's children. And the people protested and shut that thing down. That's one of those peaceful protests. Nobody went in there and, busted the place up. They just said, we do not want this in our neighborhoods. And when all the backlash came out, guess what? They said, okay, we're not going to do it. That's what you have to do. That's peaceful protesting, when somebody in the government is trying to force something on a neighborhood that they don't want their kids to be around, because all you would see is people handing out drugs, selling drugs on the corner. And this is a couple of years. This was what? How long ago?
Yeah.
That this happened in South Philly.
Six.
Exactly. That would be there now, and there'd be people all over the streets in South Philly now, all strung out on drugs.
And to point to Kensington now as a problem that just recently cropped up, we all know it's been that way for ages.
Exactly. It's sad. It is. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Joe, appreciate the call, man. Thanks for checking in, and thanks for listening and being a loyal supporter. Thanks, brother.
You got it.
Thank you. It's sad. Nobody looks at that and says, yeah, you know what? What are you going to do? You can do something. You can stop giving these people drugs and needles. We're going to take a break. We're coming right back. Tony Bruno, Miss Robin, Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
What's up, everybody? I'm Nick Costos, and watching sports isn't a hobby. It's a lifestyle. And my show is not a job. It's a passion. From the NFL playoffs to the NBA and everything in between, celebrate sports with me every day on You Better You Bet from 9 a.m. to noon Eastern. Download the Odyssey app now and listen to Westwood One Sports from anywhere. It's You Better You Bet with me, Nick Costos, live and interactive Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern, presented by BetMGM.
At Citizens, we help make sense of your money and all your money questions.
Should I pay down my debt or start an emergency fund?
Is now the right time to start saving?
How can I move my financial goalposts even an inch?
Can money actually buy happiness?
What's it take to live like a royal in Queen Village?
Whatever money questions you have, Citizens has the answers. Make sense of your money at citizensbank.com/made-ready. Member FDIC.
As the owner, coach, and quarterback of your small business, you call the shots. From inventory to payroll and more. Now it's time to bring in LendSeek, your funding MVP. No delay of game here. Get up to $2 million in as fast as 24 hours for business lines of credit or term loans. Let LendSeek's AI marketplace assist you in making the winning play and score that touchdown. Apply at lendseek.com, LENDSEEK.com.
Hola, amigos! It's a big noise. Brad Evans from BetMGM tonight. Listen Monday through Friday starting at 6 p.m. Eastern on Westwood One Sports as we cover the biggest sports stories from coast to coast. Get insights on the NFL playoffs, college basketball conference races, and more. Download the Odyssey app now and listen from anywhere. BetMGM tonight, live and interactive, presented by BetMGM. Tune in, Team Huevos.
It's free at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically present in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. T&Cs apply.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Free speech lives here with Don Stensland, 10 till noon on Odyssey's #1 talk station, 1210 WPHT.
I see a good moon rising, but not right now. Wait till after the show. Tony Bruno, Miss Robin will be back here tomorrow again, 3 to 6.
Yes, sir.
Filling in with the great Matt DeSantis. Matt DeSantis' love is still, and Rich Cioli coming up in 10 minutes. But it's been a lot of fun, Robin. We're not done quite yet. Now, what time do we have to do the hard break, Matt?
56.
56. I got to bring up the story about L.A. last night to show you again exactly how dishonest the local politicians are there. So yesterday, there were people in Los Angeles who were opening up businesses outside of real businesses. So people who have licenses to sell things, they have to pay for licenses to operate a restaurant.
Okay.
But a lot of people, many of them foreigners, many of them not even legally in the country, but some of them who are. And one guy was stopped yesterday in Los Angeles because he was selling product, food, with no sanitation, no sink. And you know how that is.
Yes.
You don't want to buy food from a street vendor if they're not licensed, if they don't have running water. Same thing. You go on Broad Street in Philly, somebody's selling pretzels. Now at least they have to have gloves. They're peeing in the corner and then they're ripping off 5 soft pretzels for you, and wiping the salt off if you ask for it. But the bottom line is, in Los Angeles, there were ICE people going in because the local people who pay for licensing to sell stuff in restaurants now are facing people who are not even if they're legally in the country. One guy was, and he produced identification, and they didn't arrest him because he showed that he had a license to be there and was legally in the country. But then you got these scumbag politicians, who many of them in Congress, who are complaining that these people were arrested for not having proper sanitation. And if you look at the streets, the trash is all strewn there. They don't clean up. But these are the people that these Latino politicians in California are fighting for, not the legal people. And again, I'm talking about legal businesses who have licenses and do everything right. And the people who are selling food on the streets who are legally here, they should have some requirement too, not to park on your sidewalk, not to sell stuff in front of a business.
Well,
I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Anything that is done illegally hurts the people that are doing it that are doing it legally. So anybody that's come over into the United States and they've gone through the process and they've paid their dues and they've gone through their classes.
Exactly.
If somebody then cuts in line and says, yeah, I know that you just did all of this and you waited all this long and you paid all this money and did all these classes, but I'm going to be here. Not only am I going to be here, but I'm going to take money away from you because I deserve to be here even though I didn't do anything.
Exactly. That's not, just be fair.
Yep.
Don't go in front of somebody's business. And they do it all over the place.
I know.
They go into stores and steal stuff, and then they come out and sell it on the streets right in front of the store where they stole it from.
Insane.
At least that's industrious somewhat.
Tony?
Yes.
I had fun today.
I had fun today, too. Double header day.
It was.
I still have lots of energy left.
It's amazing.
But I'm going to go to bed right now.
No, we have to go buy coffee. We're
that's right.
totally
We're out of little pods.
You cannot survive.
No, I need espresso in the morning.
In the morning. So we're going to go buy coffee. We will be back here tomorrow from 3 to 6 p.m.
And we want to thank everybody listening and on the stream, on YouTube, Matt DeSantis, Justin Otero, and everybody who called in and checked in and has been listening. God bless you. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
As the owner, coach, and quarterback of your small business, you call the shots. From inventory to payroll and more. Now it's time to bring in LendSeek, your funding MVP. No delay of game here. Get up to $2 million in as